Let's go. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. You are now tuning in to episode 55 of the Off the Menu podcast. I am your friend, your host, Key, here with my brother, my co-host, Tay.
Hello, everyone.
And a special guest, two very special guests. I am happy to introduce to you Anthony and Ian, director and cinematographer for R.I.P. Daydream, go-getters, big steppers, going crazy.
Oh, man, we missed that, huh?
I love that intro. Man, that's amazing.
He was off last week, so I had to do the intro. My intro was like straight to the point.
It's like 5 seconds long. I'm like,
I'd listen to you on the radio.
There you go.
Sure.
Yeah. Shout out to y'all, man. How you guys doing, man?
Good, man. Tired.
Always tired, but,
Always.
but we're thriving.
Yeah.
Thriving and
Absolutely.
tired.
Always grinding.
Always. Welcome back. Welcome back, team. I'm here. Episode 55. We going crazy, man. I missed y'all.
Yeah, what up, man? You've been busy with your days off, you know?
Busy, man.
Yeah. But once again, thank you guys for tuning in to episode 55 of the Off the Menu podcast. Like we said, today is a very special episode because I kind of wanted to intern with these guys.
Yeah. This is actually an interview for Tay. Where you guys
Are we going to ask you the question?
Maybe that might be it. It's like,
what are your goals?
What are your
I wanna know
strengths?
What are your strengths?
I can hold a gimbal for about 8 hours.
Hey, that's like half of it. I'm not gonna lie.
But no, jokingly, so like we were at the event, we were doing the local disorder, and I was just messing with all of them. It's like, I'm gonna make them like watch me recording stuff, and then I'm gonna like on the podcast, I'm gonna be like, can I intern for y'all?
Yeah, we watched that video. It was good.
Oh,
we liked it.
thank you. That's the first time I've ever done anything like it. So
Yeah.
It came out good.
yeah.
It went crazy.
Yeah.
Make sure you guys watch that. That was
Watch
the first
it.
time we moved to the streets, and you know, you're gonna see a little more of that this year.
Yeah. Off the menu on the streets. Coming soon.
But yeah, do you want to introduce our IT technical support before we get into
Oh
it?
shit. As always, before I forget, we got IT technical support in the back. Sifu Ying going crazy. I literally almost forgot.
I know. I actually was kind of just waiting for it because usually I just jump into it and then you're like, hold on, we got to go back to that. Oh yeah, CEO is telling me to announce our pop up here. We're doing a Chinese New Year, Lunar New Year. Sorry,
Lunar New Year.
Valentine's Day drop here, February 10th at 329 Pierpont Avenue,
Going
Suite
crazy.
200 84101, Salt Lake City, Utah.
We're gonna go crazy, you guys. We got all the goodies. We
Is
got
that the hard
dragons.
as nails?
So theirs is right after, but yes, we're doing an event and then we're gonna go to theirs as well. So
Yeah,
We'll
we
go
have
to
a
both.
we have
We'll
a
be there.
standalone event for more about nothing.
Okay.
It's just gonna be something for us and the team and the people.
yeah,
So show up.
We'll be one of those people.
Yep.
there we go.
Come through,
We'll be
man. Come
Yeah,
through.
we'll be there to pull
Yeah.
up.
But yeah, so be there. I'll have everything posted below, and then I'll also have the flyer right here, if I remember. Sorry, sometimes we do the podcast. I'm just like, what did we talk about earlier that I have to go back and look through?
I know that struggle for sure.
Let's go ahead and get to the episode. Once again, thank you guys for being here.
Yes.
Let's start off so the viewers know who you guys are, and what do you guys do?
You want me to go first?
Yeah, you started off.
So I'm Anthony Palmer. I'm typically the director that you see for most of the music videos. Also, I guess part owner. We're gonna call it that of R.I.P. Daydream. And since the beginning, I've been there, just grinding. Yeah, that's about it.
Okay.
I am Ian Huber. I am the director of photography for R.I.P. Daydream.
Okay.
So I shoot all the music videos. I came on 2020, but I've known him since first grade. So
Yeah, we've
Oh,
known each
wow.
other way
Yeah.
back. Yeah. We've been
Okay.
buddies for life, literally.
That's dope.
We can't get away from each other.
yeah,
That's awesome.
Yeah.
yeah.
That's dope. How did you guys come up with the the idea to link up together and work on something like R.I.P. Daydream?
Well, so we grew up watching cult classic movies.
Okay.
His dad took us to see was like Apocalypto in like 5th grade or something.
Bro,
Like,
Wow,
that
fifth
movie's
grade?
so hard.
like
Crazy,
like
5th
midnight
grade.
showing.
He was the
you know,
guy to
like,
show you if you wanted to go see an R-rated movie.
Yeah.
He was like, we could convince
on
him.
a school night. It was like midnight showing. Somehow my parents were fine with it, but
I don't think we told him. Don't lie.
Probably, yeah.
Now they know.
Now they know.
But so yeah, we just grew up watching movies like that, and then I moved away, and like went to Tennessee through high school and stuff. Took a film class, and like fell in love with film, and he fell in love with film like the same time. We always wanted to work together, but just I lived so far away. It was hard to come back just to like help out. And then in 2020 during COVID, he was doing a short film, and he just hit me up one day and was like, "Yo, like I need your help. Come help me out with this." And I quit my job and drove out to Utah from California. And
Wow.
yeah, and ever since then, we've just been working together.
Dang.
Yeah.
That's some major moves, especially like,
Yeah.
in the, like you were in California, like LA or?
Yeah, I've lived like all over the place, but yeah, I was in it's called Claremont.
Mm-hmm.
It's like 45 minutes east of Los Angeles. But yeah, it was just COVID, and LA was shut down, and flights were super cheap. So I was flying back and forth between LA and Salt Lake like literally every weekend. Like so I was
Wow.
like my weeks were in LA, and then I'd fly out like Thursday, and then be here for a music video, and then fly home. And
It's
like
pretty
that was
wild.
like
It was like,
Yeah,
I
it
can't
was
believe
like
we made
crazy.
did
3-4
that.
months of that, and then eventually he was just like, "Yo, you got to move it back.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I can't keep doing this."
Yeah.
Kind of going back.
Yeah.
Did you guys were you guys getting into film all at the same time without each other knowing? Like you guys kept in contact and letting you guys know what was going on, or like?
I mean, yeah, I think,
Kinda,
yeah,
yeah.
kind of. I mean, I think because we both kind of were venturing into it and would keep in contact here and there.
Okay.
But I don't think either of us knew how much either one of us loved
Okay.
it so much.
Yeah.
And it just kind of worked out. Like, I think, I don't know, destiny, whatever you want to
That's
call
destiny,
it, dude.
man.
We
That's
both
crazy.
were just on the same path.
Mm-hmm.
And our paths just somehow then realigned. And I was like, I need you to get out here. And he came out and it just happened. So,
That's dope, man.
yeah.
Good for you guys, man.
That is fire,
That's
though.
crazy.
First grade that you guys met, and then
Yeah.
you guys just
Yeah.
link back up, and
Yeah.
now you guys are just killing in the scene of Utah. And like not even just the scene in Utah, but just all over. Like the way you guys have been handling a lot of artists that are up and coming. Like,
For real.
much respect to you guys, because without your guys' exposure to them, someone like me wouldn't have even known about any of these
Seriously.
artists. So big ups to you
Appreciate
guys.
that. Thank you.
Yeah. I've been tapped in for a little bit just watching the R.I.P. Daydream. I didn't know Anthony Palmer. I didn't know Ian Huber. I just knew R.I.P. I just knew the logo,
Yeah.
on people's music videos and shit. It wasn't until I came across the artist highlight of the week when I was like, I finally put a face to the
Yeah.
R.I.P. Daydream and shit. I was like, damn. I was like, we need to get this fool on. I remember it was right after the Sifu video.
Yeah.
Sifo video. I was
Did
like,
what I did. Dude, if he watches this, he's gonna laugh. I did
He
that
called
for,
him out for
I
that.
did that for an entire shoot, like almost the entire
you
time.
called him Sifu?
Yeah,
Sifu
and he
the whole
finally
time,
told
bro.
me, and I was like, no, dude. Like, it was the most embarrassing thing. Yeah.
He's like, "It's
Anyway,
C-fo." He's
Uh-huh.
like, "Fo."
He
Not
was like,
foo."
but we're cool. You could call me that. I was like, all right. But yeah, he's a good homie. We love working with him. But
After I seen that video, I was like, yo, like, we need to tap in.
yeah.
And I think almost immediately right after that, I was like, I hit you on Instagram. I had Tay hit you on the Off the Menu Instagram. I was like, yo, we need to tap in. You responded right away. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
fuck yes, let's
Yeah.
go.
Oh yeah, we try to like always be responsive. And I told you this before, like it's, we always want to network with everybody. Anybody we get our chance, to talk to or network with. Yeah, we'll do it. Yeah. It makes the biggest impact, I think.
Of course.
Because everybody needs it. Everybody needs the community here. So yeah.
I wanted to ask, I know we talked a little bit about it off camera, but I feel like one of the very first times I heard the name R.I.P. Daydream was back in 2019 somewhere with Boys on Mars. Like, what's the connection behind that? And tell us the story behind that, because I feel like
You want
I
me to
remember
take it back
that.
from the beginning?
I want to take it back.
Okay, so yeah, I would say 2018. So I've been actually technically a part of the music scene here since 2015.
Okay.
Since getting out of high school, there was two friends of mine that were the first people to bring Russ out here and to bring
Okay.
Felly out here,
Wow.
which was crazy at the
Wow.
time.
and Tut, right?
Yeah, and Tut.
YG Tut, yeah.
Yeah. So
Which was crazy
shouts
because
out
I
to
knew YG Tut in Tennessee, and like they brought him out to Utah, and I was just like, "Whoa, wait,
Yeah.
what?"
crazy. Yes.
Crazy.
So shouts out to Nathan Martinez. He goes by Chief now. He's an amazing producer. But it was called Mind, Body, and Beats. And so I was like a part of that. I was trying to like any chance I could film, you know, all my friends, we all loved music. And from there, in 2018, we just decided, a group of us were like, what if we made a collective? You know, what if, you know, we had this idea and it was really ambitious and at the time it was like way too big, but we were like, okay, let's make a collective. We're going to get artists involved, producers. We're going to get, you know, myself who was into music videos. We're going to get a bunch of people and let's do this. Let's like make a community here. Let's make a scene. And so Boys on Mars happened to be one of those groups. Because we started talking to them, loved those guys. Briggs at the time was managing them. And the Sauce Boys, I don't know if you remember them.
No.
Seth Klein, and now he goes by Vendetta Lust. Makes amazing pop music. But Ashton Martin, so those guys, we had Sacco, if you know him. So all these guys, and we had this collective, and that's kind of where we were like, okay, we need a name. And so R.I.P. Daydream. We kind of had always talked about, you know, what do you do during school? And like when you want to be doing something else, what are you doing? You're daydreaming. You want to be somewhere else. You want to be, you know, I want to be filming a music video. I want to be hanging out with Kanye. What? I don't know. You know, you want to be doing something amazing. And so I thought of, okay, what about daydreaming? And then Ethan at the time, who was a part of it, was like, okay, so it's like we're kind of putting our daydreams to rest. Like we're saying, you know, we're going to do it the one day or day one. And so that's where R.I.P. Daydream was born.
Wow.
And yeah, from there, we were really ambitious. We threw a lot of concerts. This is kind of funny because we were doing all of this before anybody was doing any of it. Now it's a pretty popular thing to like throw shows and stuff. But we were trying this back in, between like 2018, 2019, throwing a bunch of shows, having the collective. And that's kind of where it started.
Wow.
But I always just never lost sight of the music video side because that was like my true passion. I was like, I love this.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I would have never guessed it's like its own little like label. And like,
yeah, it kind of like started out that way. It was like and you know, we were gonna do an album. That was crazy. We were gonna do an album with everybody. Sabbath 27K.
Bro, Sabbath goes so hard.
Sabbath was a part of that. We had so many guys, and it was, dude. We were very ambitious, and we just wanted to do so much, but we were just too young, and we were just naive and dumb, and you know, everybody. It was so hard just to get us all into one room and to agree on one thing.
Of course. Boys on Mars alone had like nine heads. Or
you know,
something.
And you have to think we were all. Some of those guys were in high school. We were all just barely out. You know, going into college. So yeah, we were just trying to do all this stuff. But it was a good group. It was really fun years.
Yeah.
We threw a bunch of shows in the most random spots you could. Not even with the venues now. Like people are actually doing venues now, which is cool. But yeah, we did like random, like a barber shop one time, things like that.
Crazy.
Dude, I'll show you guys a video after this. It was like we packed like 700 people into a barber shop. It was crazy.
What kind of barber shop is this?
It's crazy. It's somewhere near downtown. I don't know. They have. I can't remember what it's called.
People?
Yeah, like 600, 700 people we packed into that. Yeah,
that's crazy.
Those were some of the crazy days. But you know, we didn't know what to do with it. We didn't know. You know, you get money with it. What do you do? Like, you know, so we didn't know what we were doing, but I never like lost sight of doing music videos. So I just kept doing that. Yeah. And I kind of was the only one that just stayed with it. Like everybody else kind of now doesn't either make music or just, you know, kind of grew up. Yeah. So I didn't want to grow up. Never.
It's all good. That's part of the daydreaming part, right?
Exactly.
Is that you keep moving forward with it and then
dope,
boom.
Man.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So that's what, you know, and that, sorry, one more thing I'm going to say is that you mentioned the name and stuff. And like not having our name, like knowing our names, I always wanted to be about R.I.P. Daydream. Like, it's R.I.P. Daydream first, we're second.
Of course.
You know, like, so I want you to know the name first before you ever know. Because like, it's cool to know us, but we're not like, the name is cooler, you know?
Right, definitely.
That is the same thing that goes on of us. I'm known as the podcast guy.
Yeah.
And I actually don't have a name. It's like, oh, you're the guy that does podcasts and stuff. I'm like, yeah. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
So we feel that too. At one point, I was called the raffle guy during COVID because we were raffling shoes during COVID, and all these kids are like, "Yeah, you're the raffle guy," and I'm like, "I do have a name, guys."
You're the camera
raffle guy.
The camera guy.
Yeah.
That's dope, man. Yeah, man. We had both Sabbath and and Boys on Mars at $1 and a Dream in 2019.
Nice.
That's how I seen them. I was like,
Yeah.
these boys go hard.
Yeah.
It's like there's so many of them on stage
Oh,
going
yeah.
fucking absolutely dummy.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sabbath had one of the best sets.
Oh, yeah.
at $1 and a
Sabbath is low key, like back then was like one of the best rappers to be out of.
Yeah.
Still probably to this day. I hope he's still making music and stuff.
Yeah.
I haven't tapped in with him for a bit, but yeah,
That,
he was making some fire stuff.
I think it's called 305. That song.
Yeah,
305.
yeah.
Oh my god, that song goes so crazy.
Yeah,
bro.
he has some really good music.
That's dope, man.
Yeah, going into the artists though and stuff with the influx of like how many artists are coming up in Utah. How are you guys able to stay tapped in with the community and like reach out to artists and all this stuff? Because being at the local disorder show just only showed me that was only a small percentage of what we have to
Yeah,
offer
for sure.
from Utah.
You want me to talk?
You got that one.
Okay, sorry. Could you ask the question one more time?
Yeah. And so it's just pretty much like, how do you guys get connected and stay tapped in with all the local artists that we have here in Utah?
Oh, dude, not sleeping.
Seriously.
Yeah, I think that's why I started doing, honestly, the artist spotlights and the blog features. So that was another thing that was a part of. So as people, like the collective kind of failed, like not necessarily failed, but just kind of like fell apart. Ethan and I back then, he still was interviewing people and doing kind of like what we're doing right now and interviewing artists. So we were always kind of still tapping in with people. So I've known a lot, like Ferrari Smoke, who you've had on the
Going
podcast.
crazy.
I've
Shout
known
outs
him
to
for a
Paul.
while, So I've known the people that have been doing it for a while. But doing the artist spotlights and the blog features has allowed me to learn a lot of the newer people.
Right.
And to give a platform, because then they'll reach out. They're like, I want, can I get something like that? Because I want to get the recognition that I deserve because they're putting in the work, and which makes sense,
Right.
Because that's like a thing that people forget. The music scene has been here. It's been going on. Like we're just trying to facilitate and just bring more awareness.
Right.
to
Uncover it to
Uncover it.
other people's eyes.
Like
course.
we'll never say, oh, we made the scene. No, the scene's there.
It's been here.
It's been here. They're just in different collectives and they're in these different groups, and
Right.
you have all these different shows. And that's why I just want to bring them. It's like if you guys just communicated, you'd have like the
Right.
biggest shows ever. Are you kidding me? Like,
And it's dope. You're using your platform just like kind of like what we do here to highlight.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
to kind of, like you said, bring awareness
Yeah.
to all of everything
Yeah.
that's going on. Right?
exactly. Yeah. Yeah. And I'm just, I just am on social media. Like nobody's been, it's
Constantly.
a lot. Yeah. It's, you kind of have to sacrifice a couple things, but I am so obsessed with all of this, and like I love it so much that's all that's all I care about doing. So
Right.
Yeah, it's actually crazy that you say it like that because me going into doing podcasting and doing all this stuff, I was kind of introverted. Most of my friends and like family members would not say I'm introverted because I have connections everywhere.
Yeah.
But
Right.
I myself saw me as being introverted, especially after COVID. Having the ability to not be able to socialize took that a lot away from me, right?
I think COVID made everyone
Yeah,
introverted.
right. And then we started doing the podcast and started doing the highlight stuff. And then, like you said, it's like once you show one person off, another person's going to reach out to you and be like, yo, I do dope shit too. Like,
Yeah.
can you check out my stuff? And through what we are doing, I've kind of fallen in love with being able to talk to people.
Yeah.
Right. And before we actually talked about bringing you on, you had the artist spotlight sometime like early December.
yeah.
I forgot who it was. It might have been Ferraris or something. He like shared it, and then I was like, "Who is this guy? Who is R.I.P. Daydream? Where is this?" And then when he's like, "Yo, we should go hit up this guy Anthony," and I was like, "Who's Anthony?" I go into it. I'm already following you, and I'm like, "Okay, cool." So I'm just gonna go hit him up. Like I was already planning on hitting you up and stuff. So yeah, like with how things are going in Utah, and you guys having the ability to like highlight artists and bring people to Utah. What has been the struggles of getting people here and getting people in Utah to move together?
Oof. You want to take this one first?
Like the struggles of getting people here. I don't know. A lot of people just have I feel like Utah has got a big stigma around it, where it's like, especially the All-Star Weekend didn't help. Like people thought it was going to help, but like
Right.
Shaq, shitting on Salt
Yeah.
Lake was
Charles
like, there's nothing.
Barkley
Yeah,
shit,
Charles
right.
Barkley, whoever it was,
Yeah.
is like, there's nothing to fucking do here.
Right.
And it's just like, yeah, everyone who like outside of Utah thinks of Mormons skiing,
Right.
like outdoorsy shit. And we just want to move away from that like stigma, try to get creatives to want to come to Salt Lake and work here because there's a lot of dope people here and a lot of like badass artists and stuff making cool stuff that just needs to be seen. So yeah, it's like trying to remove that stigma and like, which, you know, I feel like we've done a decent job. I don't know. But
you
like,
guys have you guys done an amazing job.
Definitely.
There's a bunch of things that need to change. So when it's like you need to change like the music scene and the culture and stuff, it's like the ground, the like base layer needs to change. That's like I think we're so ahead of things, and there's like so many cultural things that need to change because Salt Lake City and like our surrounding areas and Utah in general it's kind of like a mutt. I was telling you this before, is like there's so many different diverse and cool people that like no one knows about.
Right.
You know, you have, and that's like what's so cool about social media is you can have someone that's getting, I've met people that are getting like millions of streams. No one knows that they're from here.
Right.
But they don't care either that they, you know, they kind of want to keep it hidden that they're from here. I'm not going to lie. They're like, I don't want you to know I'm from Utah,
right?
Which is, you know, that's fine, but we want to change it to be like, wow, I am from Utah. I am proud to be from here.
Right.
There's a cool scene going on, you know, and there's a lot of people trying right now to do that. I think we just need to all do it together, and it'll go so much faster.
I think anybody tapped into one of these smaller, like, man, we've lived here for a very long time. I don't think I've you know, I think that stigma comes from everyone outside of Utah, right? Anyone who's actually in the scene really tapped in. Yeah, it's not like that for us, right?
Yeah, and that's crazy. That's the problem too. Is so most of the money, and if like we're talking music in specific. You know, it sucks that we have to talk about it, but the money comes down to it is where the record label, like where are you getting a deal and where are those businesses and where are those like companies that'll back you? They're not here.
Yeah.
Right.
So LA and New York.
They're LA or New York, you know, or, you know, Atlanta has a huge scene. Like we've been tapped in right now with Texas has a huge scene.
Oh yeah. Most def.
But that's just like the frustrating thing is like we also, with changing the culture and like making it seem cooler to be here, more money will come here. And that's like the important thing is that's what we need. Like you need people here that have money for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
And there's something that's crazy is that for Utah being such a small market compared to LA and, you know, anyone on the East Coast really, but there's a lot of money to be made here and a lot of money gets thrown around, right? And smaller businesses and all that stuff. But we need to reach out to these people with the money and be like, yo, we have a lot of dope artists. Let's put on a lot of dope shows or something. And let's get these artists some recognition and then bring more people from out of state. Like, not to bash on like a lot of the event spaces here in Utah, but we got to stop bringing the same artists 4 or 5 times a year.
Stop bringing Bobby Shmurda over here, man.
You know, you know, and it's like, it's stuff like
you
that.
know he's going to sell out.
So that's like the thing is it's a more individual thing. It's like, okay, how can I make a quick bag of like money? And I totally get that. And you know, everybody go get your bag, you know, go get money, you know, throw those things. But if you do want to be a part of like saying you're a part of this music scene that's growing or a part of the art scene or the clothing, you know, fashion, everything, you have to be willing to then adapt and change. Like all of us need to learn. We are consistently learning. Like we don't have all the answers. You have to be able to adapt and learn and work with other people, or it's never going to work. Like
these guys, I mean, they have such a big platform talking about some of these venues and things. They don't even have to adapt. They just need to implement a little bit more.
Maybe implement. And that's where I mean, you have to be willing to put your ego away. There's definitely a lot of egos here for sure. I think with any place. But you know, okay, so Sundance, perfect example, right? If that is able to be that successful up there and actors, you know, actresses, everybody comes out there, producers, people, right? You could do that 100% for music. I guarantee it. Yeah. I think a lot of people are trying, but as you said, it's the same artist or, you know, it's the same local like group doing it. And it's like, no offense to those people, but that's not going to get you anywhere. There has to be certain things that change. And you have to include more people in and you have to, you know, because you know, what's the crazy thing to me is that some of the biggest artists here are never performing. Like ever. It's like blows my mind. Like every once in a while you'll see them perform. And I'm like, why are you not, you know, why are people not inviting you? Or like, why are we not connected with those people? Because a lot of them honestly also just move. They're like, I'm going to go to LA because I'm going to get more love and people are going to want to put on for me. And that's, that's fair. But I think anyone doing these local shows and stuff needs to realize if you are a part of that and you like open for them, or if you do, that's how you're going to get your opportunity.
Right.
You have to take the baby steps to get there. But yeah, I don't know. We're still learning. We're still adapting and trying to like figure out, what's the best way to do events and get vendors and people involved. It's the landscape of it.
One thing I'll say though is that local disorder show. Shout outs Ferrari one time though.
Yeah, shout out Kobe. Shout out all everyone.
Very well put together, man. There was
definitely,
a lot of people there that I've seen. Familiar faces. A lot of new people like Club Mongo or a bunch of dope people coming together, and I mean that was like one of the best turnouts I've seen in like Kilby. I feel like
a lot
of people in that bitch. Yeah.
Ferrari, we've been tapped in with him. That's like I said for a second. He's very smart, knows what he's doing. Not only like makes very good music, but just knows like also the culture and what like things here. And is very inclusive and just wants other people to win. Yeah, that's like the best thing ever, dude. If you have like people in your corner that just want you to win no matter what, that's like so important. But the whole lineup was so fun,
so crazy,
and just like I love those guys because that's like the diehard people that want, they love this so much. They just love music genuinely. So yeah, throw more shows like that, like
for real.
So
fun fact, when we first started More About Nothing as a clothing brand, I discovered Ferrari when he went by Vinny Cassius on Twitter. And I just hit him up like randomly because I was like, dude, this dude goes so fucking hard. And we just barely released a shirt for More About Nothing. I just hit him up on Twitter. I just hit the DMs like, hey, yo, bro, you go fucking hard. I was like, I know you got a show. I know you got a show right now. I was like, let me lace you up. Like, let me come bring you some shit. And he was like, bro, like slide. Yeah. Like come through. Yeah. So first time I took Moose, we went there to the show. And I gave him the shirt. He threw that shit on right before he performed, bro. And went fucking dummy in our More About Nothing, bro.
Yeah, we already got another show planning with him like right now. Like planning of I think like in March. Yeah, we're excited to be, always just connected with him. He's awesome.
And ever since then, bro, we've been super tapped in with each other. He's definitely came through on the off days.
He's funny too.
He's so
funny, dude. We really like that. We like vibing with people we can be funny with. Like Joe, it's like
go watch the podcast episode with him. He's so fucking we were going fucking jokes all day, bro.
So you guys got a show that's coming that you guys are putting together for March.
Coming together in March. It's still in like the kind of groundwork of figuring it out. But like, I tried it this year. It was really important. I told Ian it was super. Like, I really wanted to be a part of throwing events. It's kind of hard because these are all the things we're kind of doing this year and starting last year, I've wanted to be doing since 2018.
Of course.
But now I feel more comfortable and like, okay, I'll grind. I will do it. I don't, whatever it takes. We're just trying to be involved. If you have anybody that's like listening or anything, if you want us to like help you in any way or come to your event, that's what we want to be a part of.
Of course.
Because that just takes that, just a couple people start showing up to one event. They're like, wow, this is actually cool. Let's start doing this. Support other people. I don't care if you're the biggest artist or the smallest artist. I will show up to your show. I will watch your set. Like, I enjoy music that much. So,
yeah, there was a lot of discovery for that event. And like, kind of, like I said, it opened my eyes to what Utah has to offer as far as a music standpoint, and not even just music, but media, because you guys are killing it. There was photographers there that were just out there just like getting crazy. Every angle and stuff. And I'm over here like, man, I don't even got a media pass or anything. I'm just out here with my gimbal. Like, I'm just doing this for us. Like, and I was just trying to, it's like, I think that was like my breakthrough. I kind of wanted to see what was going on in the community. And then like I had a chance to speak with you and talk more about the community stuff and like how we're going to bring Utah up and how we're going to bring people here. And it's going to be local shows like that. And it's going to be us, whoever's watching this, please attend these local shows. Like on a Wednesday night, the way that they were turning up, we had it was crazy for real. Like it really was.
I know, on a Wednesday, like it was surprising how many people actually pulled up for that.
It was dope.
We at one point filled out the room like this. Yeah. It was just like, you know,
people are craving that. They are. You can
It
tell.
is.
Yeah.
They're craving that, a different, because like right now a big thing is like DJ sets and like bars and stuff,
Yeah.
which is awesome. Like I love it.
Right.
But people also want live music, and it just happens to be, and I'm hoping like more, different genres start doing it more. I know like out in Provo and Orem, they do a lot. I just am lazy and I don't drive out, but I'm going to try to go to more, but like people will do live, more instruments and singing and more melodic stuff. But for like the rap scene, that was amazing. That
Yeah.
was
It
was
very,
really
very
good.
hip hop. That was awesome.
that was a way to open up the year too, because like after, like I said, once seeing that show, seeing not just artists in general, but seeing stage performance,
Yeah.
like a lot of these guys knew what they were doing, and I'm just surprised that nobody was
Definitely.
like, nobody in Utah was like there like, oh man, these guys are killing what they're doing.
Yeah.
Like I literally, after every time someone came off, I was like, dude, you killed it. Shaking their hand, like,
Yeah.
man, we need to get you guys on some more shows. Like, you guys come onto the podcast. Let's get you guys out there and like make you guys want to
Yeah.
do it more. Because that's the one things that when people are coming up, they sometimes lose sight of it because nobody's giving the recognition at that time. What if that one person's getting on the stage and is like, man, these guys, I don't know how they felt about me. Like, I don't know if like I killed it or not. And then there's that one person that's like, man, you killed that. And then boom, they get prepared for the next show or prepared for the next song. So
Yeah.
I really
that
loved what they were
that
doing.
lineup, man, was crazy. And a
Yeah.
lot of those guys are pretty well seasoned performers. Like
Yes.
I've seen a lot of those guys a
Yeah.
couple different times, and they like Ferrari, bro. Like definitely one of the
Dude,
best.
he's been doing it
performers
for a while,
for a long ass time since the very first show we went to. I was like, holy fuck, like
And that's what I meant by like there is like the music scene's been going on. These guys have been
Yeah.
doing like working their ass off trying to get people to pay attention.
Right.
And it is such like a lonely like road to go down because if you don't get that recognition, it hurts. Like
Yeah,
to do
for
art
sure.
and not get recognition and like work really hard and to make something you're really proud of.
right.
And you got to have, confidence and all that, but it's still you want to have people like what you do, and so I totally understand why a lot of them stop making music. But I hope these guys never do because I'll be
Yeah,
going to
for
their concerts
reals,
what
man.
when we're 50 and
We'll still be wearing the jumpsuits.
Still wearing the jumpsuits. They'll be dirty. as
I'm gonna
shit,
have one
dude.
too.
We
man.
need those jumpsuits for sale.
We're gonna.
We need it.
We'll figure it out. We got to get those. Dude, it was hard to make.
Yeah.
I don't
And then
know.
like one thing I recognized too is that we were vending there for a clothing brand standpoint. And then we had talked and discussed this after. It's like, why didn't we just do a shirt for the event? Because
We
a lot of
should've.
people were looking for concert tees or something, right, with local
Right.
artists. I'm like, yo, if you guys ever throw an event in Utah and you guys want us or any local clothing brands to like put something together, we'll do it.
We got you.
We'll do it because
Hey,
we need
I have
that.
an event in March. You guys want
Bro,
to?
Hey, we got it. Yeah, we got it.
Let us know.
All right, we'll tell you.
Let's do it.
Let's have
It's
it.
like that's the one thing that we from a clothing brand standpoint, we're like, okay, we're not going to do too well there, but it's more of a connection and like networking party for us, right? Let's go
Right.
out there, meet artists, meet photographers, meet you guys in person. Like, right, I saw you when I walked right in. I was like, Anthony, and you're like, yeah, and I was like, cool. Got to introduce myself and like, okay, that's the icebreaker,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
Which I appreciate that, by the way, because it is very rare for people to just come up and say hi. Like they'll DM us, but they'll never say hi.
Yeah.
I'm like, I want to meet you, like in
Of
person,
course.
like face to face.
Right.
So I don't know,
We're
but
not scary.
Yeah,
Right.
we're
Yeah.
not scary. you
Yeah,
know?
exactly.
That's what I said. We'll probably crack a joke and like make it awkward probably before we're like
Yeah.
scary ever. But
I had to learn that over time because I mean, like even like meeting like Ferrari for the first, I was like, I'm meeting a dude off the internet type shit, right? So it's like I've gotten better over the years, just like going out to people like, yo, what's up? Like, I follow you on Twitter.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's
shit,
kind of
man.
where it's
So-
at, and so like going out to the events and like from a clothing brand standpoint, people want to buy what the event's for,
Right.
Let's make concert tees for it. Whoever's on there, let's do a lineup tee, like maybe it's on like a tour tee, something like that.
That would be crazy.
And I'm not even trying to make money off it. I just want there to be more recognition for the artists and like who's out there doing this kind of stuff, because we're gonna. So if you weren't there to experience it, no one's gonna ever know about it, right? And it's people like us and like you guys that highlight stuff like that, and that's why. When I woke up that morning, I was like, all right, let's put this highlight video together real quick. Let me see what's going on and see if
Right.
I'm able to do something. Because like I said, I've never done anything like that before.
Yeah.
I've only edited our reels and podcasts.
Yeah.
And
shout outs to y'all, man. Like you
Yeah.
guys even highlighted the vendors like in your guys' highlight video, which I thought was really dope.
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, it's super important because it's like everybody's involved with it,
Right.
Like no matter what the the person all the way you'd think is not doing a lot, they are. Like, it means a lot to
Yep.
them, you know? And typically no one does get like tagged. And I was like, why? Like,
Right.
you know, they're there, you know, they're there. There's, you know, you got to support them too. So yeah, it's
shout
important
outs
for us
to you
to
for
do.
that, man. Yeah, y'all go crazy, man. Let me get a little bit into you guys. Like, fuck everybody else, not fuck everybody else, but you know, let me get into some other shit. Okay, I wanted to talk to you guys about the inside workings of like R.I.P. Daydream. I want to know if you guys have more than just you two on the team, and like kind of what the roles are, and what do you guys do? Who's all in it? Because I mean, looking at the quality of the work that's being put in, you guys got like 3D renderings and all this other crazy shit in it. So tell us a little bit more about that.
You got this one. I want you dive into it.
It's just me and Palmer.
Wow.
That's crazy.
There's no way you could
hold
even.
on. You know, there's a couple. Yeah.
Yeah. We are R.I.P. Daydream.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you know, we do collaborate on other stuff. Like,
Okay.
Like the crazy 3D animations and like shit
Yeah.
like that you're probably talking about.
Uh-huh.
That is like, that's not us. That's usually someone else that we'll collab with.
Yeah, it depends on what it is. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So someone that
I'll let him
specializes in it,
finish
huh?
and then, yeah.
But yeah, so pretty much, it's just me and him. From like the creative standpoint, most of the time, like a true R.I.P. video, you know, we listen to the song over and over and over and a million times, come up with the idea. Usually Palmer comes up with like the main concept, and then he gives it to me. I put together shot lists of how we're gonna achieve those shots, and do it practically, because he likes to sometimes do some,
He's like, I need a helicopter with Vin Diesel coming out of the car.
yeah, some crazy shit where I'm just
Dude,
like, well,
I like to push the boundaries
Yeah.
of
course.
what's safe and
I
not
can tell.
safe.
I can tell though.
I did watch. You guys had earlier in the R.I.P. Daydream stuff. You did like how-to videos or like about videos, right?
I know. I need to get back
And
into.
I was watching the one. You guys were down in some sand dune down in South Salt Lake, and you were talking about the wind blowing off and like the sand everywhere, and like that's crazy because like how dangerous like that is to your equipment, right? And you guys were just out there just pushing boundaries because like most photographers, most like videographers were like, well, we got to reschedule. We can't do this right here, you know?
Yeah, and that's something I want, you know, is also that separates us like apart. Like if I'm gonna just like talk us up real quick of like R.I.P. Daydream and why you would want to work with us, is we will push those boundaries and we will go 110%.
I feel like I've seen it.
Yeah, like we always, no matter what, every single video, if you like put in the effort with us, we will make it our best video we've ever done. Like no matter what, it's like super important.
yeah,
to
we're
us.
always trying to top the previous.
Always
video.
trying to top the previous video. Yeah, we definitely put artists through some crazy stuff, but they have the best time. No matter what they say, they'd be like, "He tried to kill me." No, they have the best. You know, they have a really good experience. We kind of like consider it's kind of like a family. Everybody that we work with. But yeah, we always are just.
So
I have some messed up ideas.
I'm sure. I was gonna say, you're the dude with the ideas. You're the dude executing.
He basically tells me if it's safe or if like it's possible. And
He's like, our insurance is not going to cover this one. We can't have someone hanging upside down from a 50-foot building. We can just edit that.
Yeah, it's like it will just be me hanging upside down. It's like, well, we won't put them through that. Like,
I know it really
is.
It is like every once in a while we'll be like, okay, well we can suffer. Like we're okay. We've suffered before. We'll suffer through like the cold, but they can like we'll just like do a couple shots with them around, you know. Yeah.
So it sounds like you guys are putting all these things together. Obviously with the input of the artist, right? Is it you guys collaborating on these ideas together? And
Yeah. I mean, it just depends. Like, so any video you see on R.I.P. Daydreams channel, like the actual YouTube channel, that for sure is like our concept. Like we came up with it. It's like a lyrical lemonade, but you know, like just to call it what it is. Like we love what they used to do, like what Cole Bennett used to do of, with underground artists and, you know, choosing, like we have to always choose, like it usually is like an unreleased song or it's the, you know, what we think the best thing that represents them, you know, and and then we come up with the concept and everything and kind of handle everything. It just depends. But then other like contracted out work, you know, they have ideas and they want to collaborate and they want to have their input on it, which is totally fine. Yeah, we totally love doing that too. But if you want an R.I.P. video, you want to go crazy,
let you guys take it over. Let you
exactly.
Do the whole
it's
thing.
like because we want to push those boundaries always.
Right.
Yeah.
I feel like one of my favorite music videos from you guys was that Peach Numero Uno video. And
Yeah, the gas station.
Oh, he's got some stories
that
to
was
tell
so
you
funny.
about that one.
I was about to ask. That's literally one of my next questions. Like, bro, like, how did you guys get in this? Like, how were you guys allowed to even film a video like that and get those scenes in this gas station? Like, you guys literally had a fake cop car. You guys got some guns and the whole robbery scene.
Yeah,
and
before
shit.
I want him to answer this one. But the last thing I'll say on that is that we make like the smallest budgets seem like $500,000. I'm
Yeah.
not gonna
Yeah,
lie
no,
to you.
it's
Dude,
for
seriously.
real.
We push money so far to the point of it's like why, like like we really push it. But that's what I'll say. You can take
I
it.
gotta know more about that music video.
So we rented the gas station. Rented the gas station. We called the police and we let them know, hey, we're gonna be shooting a music video, fake guns, fake robbery at this gas station, this address, this time, this date. You know, the whole 9 yards.
Wow.
And we go to the day. Shoot day.
We rented the cop car too.
Yeah, we rented the cop
Oh,
car.
you rented
It's a
it?
legit, yeah.
Yeah.
It's,
Oh shit!
shout out to this guy. He like his whole service is he rents out like cop uniforms, cop like weapon, gun. Like if you need a pistol, if you need a
And
Shout out
stretcher.
SLPD, man.
Dude, yeah, he literally has.
He's dope,
dude,
bro.
I gotta remember his name.
That's crazy.
Whatever. No, that's our secret. I'm
Yeah,
not
yeah,
plugging
yeah,
him.
yeah.
I'm just
Don't
kidding.
plug it.
No, I want to give him more
He's-
business. I can't remember his name.
He's super sick. Yeah, so we rented all that stuff. And we started, like, I think the gas station closed at midnight, I want to say.
Okay.
So we couldn't start until
I was
midnight.
going to ask, like, this wasn't during business hours at
No.
all. It had to be closed.
And this is that
Yeah.
Sinclair on 13th East. You know what I'm
Yeah,
talking
the
about?
one with the dinosaur.
right by
like,
Westminster.
yeah, right
Oh,
there.
okay.
For I mean,
Yeah.
for if you're
Yeah.
from
Yeah,
Utah, you
if,
know what
if
I'm
you
talking
want to
about.
go look for it. But
Don't use it.
so we start filming at midnight. I don't know if he was the owner or just like one of the like workers stayed with us the entire night. And yeah, I want to say it was like 3 a.m.
Wow.
We had gotten like a good portion, but we had 5 hours, midnight to 5 a.m. shoot the whole thing.
Which to film a music video, I'm gonna tell you right now, that is
Yeah, it's
like
like-
very crazy to do, especially just two of us. Like
Yeah, it was just like snap, like
we just like
so many
we
scenes.
didn't
We pretty much
typically we
had-
do like 3 or 4 maybe takes. We see if we like it. No, this was you
Yeah,
get the
it
take,
was-
you move on.
Yeah,
Like,
it was
Right.
2 takes tops, and we move on. And so, yeah, I would say we filmed for 3 hours, and then, we were changing setups, so like switching lights. So I ran out to the truck to grab something. Like as I walk out, I'm like looking down at the camera or something, whatever I'm doing in my hands, and I just hear "fucking freeze," and I just look up, and there's like 30 cops.
Oh, they were real.
Real
shit.
cops surrounding the building. Like the entire building is surrounded, and they're like, put your hands up, walk towards us. Like I walk towards them. They're like, wait,
like everybody on duty that night, I swear,
is like
was there.
literally like 30.
They set y'all up.
Yeah,
It's
like even guys like
crazy, bro.
undercover cops.
Yeah.
You know,
No
like the ones you
fucking
wouldn't even.
way.
Yeah, they like thought it was a legit robbery.
Yeah. So apparently someone called. They said, this gas station, we saw guns, masked men, and so whoever we called dispatch, and they didn't let the cops on duty know
Shit.
that we would be filming.
And that's
this
what
music
you're
That's
supposed to
so
do that
dangerous.
like with any production, like the biggest of the smallest. That's like a number one thing you do is you call, you tell them, hey, this is what I'm doing,
Right.
and yeah, they didn't tell them.
I mean, yeah, and thank God it was me that walked out and not like one of the guys in the mask. Or
Yeah,
something,
for
like-
reals.
so, so I walk out and they're like telling me to put my hands up, walk towards them. I walk towards them, hands up. They're like, what do someone called with guns, blah, blah, blah. Like, what's going on? And I'm like, I said, we're shooting a music video. I said shooting, because then like later the cop was like, hey, next time say filming. Say you're filming a music video.
We're shooting.
Yeah, I was just like, all right. But so one of the cops, fucking dick, like he's just like, just like trying to say like you're robbing the place. Like I don't fucking believe you. And the undercover guy who like assumed he had like seniority or something. He comes up and he's like, yo, like what's going on? I'm like, we're filming a music video. you know, like I have actors in there. I can go in. I can get the director. And like one of the guys like, yeah, you know, go get everyone. Let's get everyone out there. And I'm just like, okay. And like the undercover cop's like, no, dude, just go get the director and we'll chat about it. So like I go grab him. We go out and we talk. You know, like we have permission to be here. Like and pretty much the cop's just like, oh, well, we can't really do anything if you have permission to be here. Like you know, they're fake guns. Blah blah blah. And the funny thing is, the guy, like the worker who was with us all night, he was just like sitting in the parking lot smoking a cigarette.
Didn't say anything.
No, he was like, I told you so, like to the cop. He was like, I told you guys they're just filming or something like that. And like,
but he was just chilling, like nothing was going on. I was
didn't say anything about that. But yeah, so I almost died that night.
That's crazy.
Yeah, we've got that's up there with some crazy stuff we've done.
Hey, they almost died for that music video. Make sure y'all go check it out for real, because it's a dope. All your projects are dope.
They're all crazy. That one specifically just caught my eye. I was like,
that one
damn,
came
that
to
shit
me
is
too.
hard.
That was there's even the story behind that music video is wild, because you just like, I think you texted
I was
me
in New York.
Yeah, you had a dream.
And I had a dream about that music video, that concept of like including us in the, you know, like where it cuts.
Yeah.
And then also I'm like,
us.
hey, like, because I wanted it to be that, like, it's like obviously fit, you know?
Right.
But we had, and I was like, I texted him right away. I was like, this is what we're doing. I didn't have the song yet.
It was like
I didn't
3
know.
in the morning.
I didn't know who it was going to be for, but I was
Uh-huh.
like, this is a music video we're going to do. And then it happened.
He's like, it has to be the perfect song.
That's
I remember
so
him
And then
saying
it
it
happened.
has
And
to be
Peach
the
sent
perfect
me
song.
a song like a few months later. And I was like, oh, that's it. All right there. That works.
Wow.
So
That's got to be dope though, that you can dream about something and then, hey, yo, we're gonna make this happen. We don't know when it's gonna happen, but it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
And like you guys can always look forward to your ideas becoming a reality.
yeah, we've got a bunch in our kind of like back pocket. Like he has like certain shots he wants to get, things like that. We have a big whiteboard. We like write random like stuff on it.
Yeah.
It's always cluttered and random thing. It doesn't make any
It's
sense.
like both those are Spider-Man swinging.
But
Yeah.
we, you know, and we're trying to incorporate those. But yeah, always trying to push, you know, the boundaries of what we can do.
Aside from that gas station video, I've seen you guys record in like laundromats, a movie theater. It looked like in one. And
The numero uno one.
yeah.
Yeah, with the
Like
solo.
It was like, it's kind of,
movie
it was like-
theater or some. So you guys are renting out spots
Yeah.
a lot of the times, but it looks like you guys are also creating a lot of these scenes as well, which is really dope.
Yeah, it just depends. Like sometimes, you know, you get lucky, you can get a free spot, but sometimes it's like worth it. We'll rent a location. But it always matters. Like the whole composition of, that's what we really are about, is like, this is a full production. Like from the beginning treatment, the pre-production to the filming, to then the post-production, we want it to be as legit as possible. And yeah, dude, doing just us two, like, is a lot of work. And I bet you we could, you know, just do a run and gun most of the time and we'd probably have a lot easier life, but you know, we just don't like doing that. It's just not authentic to us. We just love like applying what we know of like movies and stuff, and trying to do the biggest like spectacle we can do visually. To
keep going with that too. I like the way that you guys are really differentiating yourself from a lot of people who are also, not to say that they're not doing their thing, but like you guys are doing your thing. You know, like doing all, you know, getting these scenes and renting out these places and you know, almost getting killed and type shit, you know, like it's crazy, man. Like,
oh, dude, he's almost died a couple times, more than a couple times.
Yeah, more than but yeah, it's fun
don't
too.
Don't
like,
tell his mom that.
She's like, you're coming back.
But when it's just us, like it's a lot of fun. Like just having to do and learn all the different aspects, you know, like set design and like learning lighting really well, and like just like the shit that like in a Hollywood movie it's just like, hey, I want that light there. Like for me, like I wouldn't have to fucking do that, but like you know, I'm my own grip and like my own set designer and like prop guy and like all that stuff. That it's fun. Like I get to just like learn all of the aspects and like really hone in on them.
I can't even imagine how you guys feel after watching the full video after the fact. Like, yo, what the fuck? Yo,
Yeah,
this shit is
like, I don't even watch the edits, like, because one, he doesn't want me to.
I have a
but
weird
I
thing. I
really
like to just be
do
in
it.
my own space when I edit
Uh-huh.
in like a room. I like to disappear for like days, and then it comes out, and then it'll be there. It'll be finished, I promise. But it's like, yeah, I just like to like kind of zone out from reality for a bit, and then when it's done, I text him, and usually it's randomly at like
Like 1, 2 in the morning.
1, 2 in
Yo,
the
come
morning. I'm
watch
like, hey,
this.
I'm done. And and then we watch it and we're like,
Yeah.
we just did that. That's awesome.
That's crazy.
It is very like fulfilling feeling though.
Yeah,
Just
I
like
bet.
seeing the finishing work.
Yeah.
Damn.
Man.
Yeah.
That long ass like 2 days was worth it.
Yeah.
Let me come be like a co-director with you, bro. Let me just come sit
Dude,
down.
you
and
guys
shit.
come.
Just let us
you
be
guys ever
fill-ins.
want
Let
to?
me-
You guys should come on like a day in like the life kind of thing and like just
Please.
come hang out with us. I don't know if you're gonna want to
Please.
stay for the whole
Please.
thing, but
Yeah.
you could experience the
You
beginning.
guys
of
ever
it.
need some Asian triads?
Hey,
Please let us know. We bring the mahjong table. We bring the poker table. Whatever you guys need, man. We'll bring suits and shit. We
you
got
guys
it.
ever start making music? Well,
He does make music.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he used to make
Okay,
music.
okay.
Used to.
And we do a segment here called Sunday Sounds. So
Yeah, okay.
whenever we have a musician come on, we have them do a little piece, like maybe a freestyle or maybe sing one of their own songs. We haven't done it in a while, but we do have that. And
Yeah.
he's usually on top of like how that works out. So
Awesome. That's
We'll
sweet.
have to get back on it, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. If I ever
Yeah.
get back into this shit, I'm calling you guys for my first music video.
Okay. Yeah.
bro.
We'll
be
I
waiting
appreciate
for that.
We'll be waiting.
we're gonna hold that to you now. You and David need to make this work out or something. So with the R.I.P. Daydream stuff, you guys did talk about having some type of like EP or putting out some type of music for. Is that something you guys may have in the works here in the future for a lot of our local artists? And like, you know, it goes back to Cole Bennett and like he just dropped their project, right? And so, like he got what Chief Keef to fucking wear a suit,
Oh,
Yeah.
dude.
you know?
Going crazy.
I love those behind the scenes. That's when you genuinely get to see the shit that goes into
Yeah.
what he has to
Right.
deal with. Because people just think it's like you see the finished video and they're like, wow, that's amazing, but they don't realize he probably like argued with him for hours just
Right.
getting it just to get him to wear that, you know. So I'm sorry, but what was the question? I
Like
forgot.
you guys working on a project that you guys will be putting out for here in Utah.
You want me to answer this one? Sorta. I have ideas. I
Yeah.
have some ideas of what I want to do. The first thing like I want to say is like, okay, so I bring up Lyrical Lemonade, I bring up Cole Bennett, and we get like compared to him a lot. And that's like the thing is like he is Cole Bennett, he is Lyrical Lemonade, and he paved a way to do a lot of this stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
But we are never gonna try to be that or
Yeah.
ever
Right.
try to say we're that. I like to just bring them up because it's just easier. It's like, what are you guys doing? Well, we're trying to do kind of something like this. But you know, like I'm Anthony Palmer. This is Ian Huber. This is R.I.P. Daydream, and we are different. Like
Yeah,
we have
of
totally
course.
different goals. We love, you know, we honestly, if we could, we would probably make movies. I'm gonna be honest with you, if like we had the opportunity, because we really love film. But back to that, yeah, I genuinely, and it's kind of funny you were talking about being like a manager kind of thing of like these artists. Technically, we are always behind the scenes of some of these artists that they're releasing their music. You don't even know about it, and we don't take credit for it,
Right.
but we're helping them. Like Kid Cole, I help him so much listen to his music and tell him what is working and what's not.
Right.
So, yeah, I would love to. We've talked about starting to release some songs like on R.I.P. Daydream, like having its own.
Under R.I.P. Daydream.
That
You
would
know,
be
like they
dope.
release under.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know, promoting sounds is something that kind of comes to mind if they do something like that. Yeah, we've talked about it. We just have like other certain goals, I think, right now. First, there's so many things we want to do, but if you rush into doing all of them, you're gonna burn out
Right.
so
Yeah,
fast.
Of course.
You know,
Of course.
You guys,
we already burn out just filming dude. After filming a music video, it's like, don't talk to me for a week. I don't want to
Yeah,
see
of course.
anybody.
Need like a
Right.
solid 2 days of
You
just
know?
like
Yeah.
silence.
That is
but
crazy.
but yeah, because we put in that much effort, like 110%. We will give you everything that we got, and then we're done. Like we're depleted. We're like we don't have anything else to
mean,
give you.
On that note, you guys are doing R.I.P. Daydream full time. You guys don't work no 9 to 5s, none of that shit. You guys are
Yeah, and we also do. So we do. I don't know if you guys saw this. We have a commercial
Yeah.
side, Western Lens.
Yes.
It's something that we
Okay.
launched, and so that's the other half. And we do commercial. Pretty much the same thing, production, but it's more like corporate, and it's like cut and dry, and you know they get to decide exactly what it. You know,
Wow.
that's why this is the more this is like what we love and what
the
we want to
passion.
do.
Just the
And then
passion.
this is also something that we just added on, like of you know also to pay the bills, and this pays the bill. Whichever one's working works. You know,
Okay.
so yeah.
That's awesome.
yeah, and I think with the Western Lens stuff, you like saw a post you guys were like teaching courses or like something like that. Was it?
Well, so I put on there that I add a social media marketing.
Yeah.
Because I've worked one of my previous of like, so I've done a lot of stuff with social media and a lot of things pertaining to, you know, people posting like everything you can think of reels and like what works, what doesn't work. Your hash, you know, everything down to the captions, the hashtags, when you should be posting, all of that, being consistent. And I've done that. And that's something that I also want to help with the culture here is I want to help artists because they're posting something like, you need like you should not be posting that. You know, you need to like your quality, like your music is great, but your quality on your page is terrible. I'm gonna be, you know,
right. It's all right. I've heard enough. You're hired, bro. You can come. You can come.
And I didn't mean to, you guys. It's just like,
are you firing me?
I wish that they would put more effort into these things because, you know, it's like you put all this effort into your music. Why don't you put in the effort? Like that's what this day and age is social media, whether you like it or not. It's true. You know, trust me, I hate it too. I hate having, you know, that we have to just like, you know, but everybody has to do it. I saw a meme the other day. It was like Kendrick Lamar back on Twitter was promoting his stuff when he had 100 followers. Everybody does it, like, you know, and now he's like one of the biggest, you know, rappers in the world. So it just doesn't, you got to start somewhere. Right. And I think just people forget about like, people look at you, your image and everything. And they get so overwhelmed with social media and things like that, and they don't want to post, and then they stop dropping music, and you know, there's so many things. Yeah. And so I offer that as one of the services. That's for sure. Awesome. If they want to be coached or if they need help getting content ready, because some people like they'll put up their phone, but they just don't know what to do with it or edit it. You know, it's difficult. So I can help them with that and teach them, and then they don't need me. I want to help them. I want to get them to the point where they don't need us. So,
that's great, bro.
Yeah, you guys hear that? Everyone nowadays needs a social content manager, someone that's going to teach them because there's so much. It goes back to not just community, but we need to have money in the community that helps build us, right? That makes people want to work together and stuff. And that's where you get the money. It's all on social media. So it's one thing like I'm starting to realize like doing social media was never my part of the business. It was like, I'm going to leave it to someone else and do it. And my actual little sister was the one that started doing our reels last year because we weren't doing reels. We were just posting the podcast and doing that stuff. And then she's like, texting me last month. She goes, hey, I'm going back to school. I'm going to have to slow down on the reels. I can help wherever I can. Yeah. Literally that hour, I was like, how do I figure this out? Yeah. Like, what do I do?
It is a full-time job. And people do not realize that. Like, I know it's like seems all glamorous and people that, you know, like influencers and stuff like that. I don't know. Maybe they're having a whole team behind it.
Oh, they have to.
A lot of the people are just doing it themselves. And there is a reason why it is a day in and day out of thing. You do have to be active and posting and have engagement. And, it's a hard thing. Yeah. Because a lot of people just want to focus on the music, which like makes sense because, you know, you're an artist. Like I would love if we could just focus on dropping a video, you know, like posting a video and then that's it. That would be awesome. But it is not that at all. You know, you have to have a release and all this, you know, stuff. And that's where also of like the culture here is that there's no education of anything related to that because there's no record labels here. There is no managers. There's no system in place for these artists to do anything. And that's what needs to change. So people become producers and managers out there, please start doing that, you know, like,
That's crazy, man. I think it's great. You guys are not gatekeeping. You know, you guys are really trying to help others and push other people forward, which is
because if we gatekeep, nothing's gonna change.
Exactly.
And we're not gonna change, and we won't grow. It's like you could have that ego, and it's
That's awesome, man. Shit, I love that. We trying to do that shit here too, man.
I love that.
We love that.
Yeah, no, we kind of had this same discussion. We had the chance to sit down at the event, and then I got to know you a little more just through a little bit of the conversation we're having. We probably sat down for like 10 minutes and we're discussing like how we can change Utah and what we can do from our point, you know? And it goes back to, they always say, what do you bring to the table, right? And to me, is not what you bring to the table, is what can you keep at the table that keeps us all going, that keeps everyone fed, right? And so like, once again, it goes back to you guys doing artist highlights, getting local artists and finding other artists from out of the state that literally Kid Cole, like these guys are from New York, like they don't have to come here and say anything about Utah or whatever, but they look like they were trying to show out for Utah, you know?
Yeah, and while they were here, they had so many people messaging them like, where are you? Like, what is that place? You know, it's so cool. And so this was his second time coming here, and they love it. Like, they were like,
most artists that come visit us, like, fucking love Utah.
Yeah, you know, because and
He
that's
said he was gonna move here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was thinking about dude.
A lot. Like,
He's so
I
funny.
love it here, bro. I want
Yeah.
to move here. It's like,
We'll
I mean,
see.
there's a
I
reason,
hope. I
like,
really
Post
hope he
Malone
does.
and people live here. You know?
Yeah, but
right.
yeah, it's just funny because when they get here and they actually see that there is people that they want to like hang out with and there's things to do
Yeah,
and like
right.
going back to what he was saying, like the stigma and the stereotype of that there's like nothing to do here unless you are like kind of granola or you like to just do outdoor stuff or you are a religious person.
Right.
There is a lot to do. There are events every weekend. I promise you
Right.
that there's something going on somewhere.
Yeah.
The city is what? Aren't we in like the top growing?
Yeah, top growing
most
city.
definitely.
We
Like,
have
the
like the
state
number
and
one like job like opportunities
Exactly.
here, and like
Right.
we're like the fastest growing,
Yeah.
right? In the top 3 are fastest growing.
Definitely.
And this is a bold statement I'm gonna say, okay? But I say that we are the next LA. I'm gonna stick by
Let's do
that.
it.
I'm gonna stick by what I'm gonna say that, and I hope you can quote me one day.
Right.
But I think that that's what we are. Like,
Yeah.
I think there's gonna be so many different people coming here, and then one day people are gonna be like, I was here first. I
Right.
was doing it, right?
Right.
So it's like get in on it now, start doing it, start promoting your stuff because it's happening.
It's gonna happen.
It's happening.
happening
so
right
fast.
now.
Right.
You see all the apartment buildings being built. You see so many, like traffic is getting worse. You see so many different things.
It's true.
And that's why we are churning in and there will be more opportunities. Just keep going and keep grinding. It's going to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely, man. I
Hey.
believe that shit too.
We've been talking about that since the beginning.
We've been
And,
saying it, man.
you know, every time someone comes on here, it's like, what can we do from a community standpoint, how to change Utah? I'm like, Utah doesn't need to change. We just need to work together.
Right.
None of us need to change. It's literally like building on top of each other and making sure it's like, hey, yo,
Yeah.
dope rapper right here, get him to open up for a show.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
Bring this. And once again, we're growing so fast because we're having people from New York, California, Texas moving to this state. For
Right.
what though? Well,
Yeah.
we have nothing to offer, but why is everyone keep moving here?
Yeah.
Right.
Because we do have a lot to offer, but they're gatekeeping. People that are moving here are gatekeeping Utah.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh,
And
yeah.
keeping up with the stigma, you know, like telling
Yeah.
their families, like, no, don't move here. Like, it's boring.
But yeah, I literally comments like on Instagram are like, "Don't move here, don't move here." It's like we don't need more smog.
Yeah.
I mean, I would appreciate
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
We got to figure that out.
But that's why we're becoming LA because it's
Right.
almost the same. Like, I think we're like number 2 or number 3 in the world
Right.
Yeah.
when it comes to smog. And like, that's disgusting.
Yeah, we were number 1 at one point.
Yeah.
Like
that was
it
a
was,
bad
like,
week
higher
though.
than like Beijing. Just
Yeah.
like,
Jesus Christ.
Oh, we died for sure in a couple of
think
years. But
Everyone
it's all
was
right.
gonna have some strange form of cancer.
Next time we see you guys, we're all gonna have like a fungi like growing something, or, you know.
Like The Last of Us.
Well, man, let me just say, I feel like, I feel like us at Off the Menu, I feel like we're really doing our part with really trying to push that forward. I know you guys are definitely doing your part in trying to push Utah forward in the right ways. I mean, even when you walked up to us at Local Disorder, you walked up to us with Xander Hill, was like, yo, like, you guys need to get
Dude,
this
shout out
dude,
Xander
man.
Hill.
You guys
Crazy
need to get him
artist,
on the pod.
dude.
Right.
So talented,
And I looked him up that
yeah,
night.
and
I was
he
like,
needs,
damn.
he needs the opportunity. That's the one you were talking about.
Yeah.
Of getting a kid an opportunity. He needs the opportunity for sure.
He
We're
goes
getting him
crazy.
on. We're going to get him booked. And
Yeah.
like, once again, it goes back to you guys having that ability to connect with them and
Right.
spread their word to someone like us. Like I
Yeah.
said, most of you guys would not be on our radar if it wasn't for what your guys' work is, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
And meeting them there was like, yo, it kind of like sickening because he was doing the vote, right, to open up
Right.
for Little Skies, right?
Yeah.
And one vote,
I know.
one vote,
One
literally-
vote away.
Yeah, and like I understood the competition and everything, and it does, I guess you have to have competition
Yes.
in anything, and there has to be a standard of like using things. But yeah, it just turned into kind of like a popularity thing, and
Yes,
people were getting mad at
right.
each other, and that's when it was like, it just. I wish they could have just been like, you know what, you're a really good artist, let's pick him. You know,
Right,
like
right,
I know
right,
that's
right.
hard.
Yeah, it
to
came
do.
down to the art instead of to the popularity contest. 'cause-
and who's the homie that won? ASIC.
yeah,
ASIC makes great music. Checked it out today. Dude, 100% deserves it. But it was just like, okay, like you should have just picked him from the. I wish.
yeah, from the jump, you know,
Right,
like
Right,
he's,
you know.
yeah,
So it's like because if they were tapped in, if people knew what the music scene was going on and who's doing the best, they would be like, oh, automatically, I'm going to choose
Yeah.
that person because everybody wants that person to be there. So
Yeah.
Right.
instead of pitting each other against each other, because at the end of the day, they support each other.
Yeah.
Like Xander was like, yo, shout out to ASIC. Like,
Right,
he's a dope
right.
artist. Like, I'm happy
Yeah.
that he won. And then he's like, I'm back to the grind, though. I'm
Yeah.
going to go back into making music. So shout
Yeah.
out to him for, keeping his head on his shoulders
Yeah.
and like
Being a good
moving
sport
forward, you know?
about it.
Yeah, we had a couple conversations while that was going on, and I just kept telling him, I was like, like, don't let this like define you. Like, none of this, like, even though it is a really good moment, is like, dude, life goes on after this little sky show.
Yeah.
Like, you know that, right? Like,
Right.
like after this, like, it might be a great opportunity, take it, but life still goes on. You still have to, you know, continue to make music, still keep promoting yourself.
Right.
Like, if it does change your whole life, dude, awesome. But if it doesn't, like, you gotta,
Yeah.
life
Yeah.
goes on, like,
Yeah.
you know,
The doors
So-
will still always open.
Exactly,
At
and
one
there's going to
point.
be,
Right.
and you know, we're going to try to get him on more stuff. There's a bunch of artists I want to try to just, you know, get more connected.
Yeah.
Someone I want to shout out real quick,
Of
Adam
course.
Banks.
Adam Banks,
I got
the
it.
guy.
I
Shout
got
outs
to.
to boy,
I
man.
knew. I just like I put it in my head of people I got to shout out. But dude, he is like that's someone I want to start just like bringing artists to more like things like that
Yeah.
because people are like, oh, I always need a producer. I need some, you know.
Yeah.
Dude, that's a, you know, a guy there. Or, you know, we're tapped in now with Hive Mind Studios.
Yeah.
Another dude, go there. Like we want to
Yeah.
tap people into these different places.
Right.
And that's what also needs to change is people need to be sharing, okay, this is where I go. This is what I like, you know, I
Yeah.
like this producer. I
Right.
like this place. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's kind of crazy because like as you're talking about like Adam Banks and the Hive, and then and like you guys too, like this is a one-stop shop. Like you can literally come to Utah, get promotion work from us, like do podcasts, get promotion work from you, the artist highlights, and do a
Right.
music video at the same time, and go get
Yeah.
music produced.
Right.
Right, all in one place.
A
It's
lot
crazy,
cheaper
man.
too.
And
Yeah, I'm
for a
just
lot
gonna just say
cheaper.
that right now. A lot cheaper, and I'm not gonna lie to you. I think we do it better. I'm just
Yeah.
gonna
Right.
tell you that right now. Yeah, like everybody that works in Utah and like they will put 110% in because they want that opportunity. So
Adam goes crazy, man.
yeah,
It's crazy when you get connected and you get familiar and you really put yourself out there and really not gatekeep and you know really this is what happened. Ferrari was one of the first ones I found out and
Yeah.
really discovered here, and it was just a snowball effect.
Mhm.
I found fucking Adam Banks,
Mhm.
numero uno after, and all
Yeah.
these other cool, you know, Stella and all these other
Yeah.
people going absolutely dummy,
Yeah.
man. So like, it's dope that we all are really putting our foot forward and
Yeah.
really doing our
and you
part
notice
in
how we're all
introducing
starting
people.
to know the same people.
Yeah.
That's like the good thing. Is that
Exactly.
everybody's starting to know the same people,
Mhm.
and you're hearing the same names because before, like you know, you mentioned Boys on Mars and stuff like that.
Right.
It was like there were so many different. But now it's like, okay, I remember this person. I want to
Right.
go to their show again, you know?
Mhm.
And like that experience, what they gave me, I want to experience that again.
Yeah.
Like I want that.
all day, man.
Yeah.
All day. Shit.
Yeah, man, you guys have just been putting in the work and stuff. But you know, let's go aside from the professional questions. Like you guys talk about moving into film maybe one day and like loving films. Like, what are you guys' favorite films?
You want to go first?
Dude, we were the same. What do you
That's
mean?
true.
You guys say at the same time then. It's that
we
brothers
try?
moment.
We have a different.
Are we
number
saying
one,
genre? Oh, are you asking like our top like
Yeah.
movies?
Yeah.
Actual movie? Oh, we got different on that.
Okay, okay.
Different
So I thought you were gonna
topics.
say genre and like we both like horror.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna
Okay.
say yeah, we're both obsessed
I'm
with horror.
right here. I love horror movies
Yeah,
too.
Let's go
if you
crazy.
notice, that's why we do like you'll see horror elements in some
Yeah,
of our music
definitely.
videos, and like so, you know, some people will see it and some people don't. Like it's not the biggest thing, but we like to like you know if we could play with blood, things like that. Oh yeah, like
Yeah.
practical, like making things splatter and stuff.
Yeah,
Oh
like going back to like us growing up watching cult classic movies and stuff is like we want to make a like super bloody like but practical effects horror movie like The
course.
Thing. Like we
Yeah.
both
Yeah.
fucking love John Carpenter's The Thing,
Mhm.
and,
amazing.
or like
Yeah.
Alien, you know. But which
Yeah.
is The Thing your number one?
No, so it goes Alien. Don't get it twisted. Alien is the best movie of all time.
And then The Thing.
And then The Thing. And then I don't know. It's up for debate after that. I've been seeing a lot of different movies. I don't know. We both like Quentin Tarantino, which is like a typical, like,
Going
Yes.
crazy.
I know a
Film
lot of
bro.
people, like, that's like a film bro kind of thing, but
Yeah.
we just like that he uses so much blood. I know that sounds weird,
And
but
his
like,
writing. That's
his
what
writing
I
is just
fucking love
great,
his
and like we
dialogue.
like he just builds so much anticipation and like suspense until the last scene.
Right.
Then it's just like a bloodbath, right? But you get all the way to that point, and people are entertained through that much dialogue.
Mhm.
Like if you've ever realized how much dialogue he has in his movies, that's not a typical thing.
Yeah.
I don't think people realize that. But
And
just
to hold your attention. Like my favorite movie is Reservoir Dogs.
Oh, okay.
And
crazy.
the opening sequence of Reservoir Dogs is literally just like 8 dudes sitting at a table talking about not tipping the waitress,
Yeah.
or why one of them should tip the
Mhm.
waitress,
Mhm.
and like it just sinks in. I mean, at least for me, like you know, I think I was like 14 or something when I watched that movie for the first time. Just like sunk into me.
Yeah.
Just like, why do I love this scene so much when it's just literally guys talking at a table? It's just written so fucking well. And yeah, so I really like that. Yeah, The Thing, Aliens up there.
Yeah, but we like, you know, we like a good, like a very, like, I've always liked like drama and things like that. So the short film he was talking about, that when I brought him out, I wrote, directed, produced somehow. I don't know how we got the funds for that.
That's crazy.
But it was about, it was actually about my dad and about our relationship and stuff. And so we love that stuff. Like, we like, you know, a good, dude, I don't care. We'll do a good cry. Like, we'll watch a good movie like that. What's the one out right now that's making everyone cry?
Iron Claw.
Iron Claw. I haven't seen it yet.
The one of Zac Efron, right?
Yeah.
The wrestling. Yeah.
But I just realized when you guys are asking us that, I think that's why we put so much effort into these music videos and make them kind of like movies, is because we appreciate those movies that we've watched and that they keep our attention. And that how much effort went into them. We want to do that same thing, but we just found it to be in music videos. Like, it just happened that we got into music videos, and that's what we started making. So
I think it comes across exactly how you said it, bro.
Yeah.
Like that gas station scene in that Peach music video, it literally felt like a fucking movie.
yeah, we want it to be a story. Like, you know,
it's a story.
because people put a lot of effort into these songs. And yeah, like with Reels and TikTok and stuff, things are so, you just scroll all day long, right? And you can see content. But if we could get someone to stay and then go watch a YouTube video, that's pretty rare now.
It's true.
People don't think about that, but it's becoming more rare. Like, obviously, if you're a big artist like Drake, easy, you could get them to your, you know, or like Playboy Cardi is doing that a lot now. But it's hard to get people to click on your link.
Yeah.
Like, it's like a click funnel. To get people there is difficult. So
our
I want to give,
spans are
it's literally
like this
attention
now,
span.
man.
so, you know, and I don't go, you know, we'll die on that rock if we have to, of like, we'd rather do that and like story, and it's beautiful and it's cool, and we focus on color and the composition over everything. Like, I'd rather do that. Yeah. So.
And you guys do it though. And like, I like that you guys have a background of film and you guys are able to implement it into the music videos because, well, I wouldn't say I love film. I do love movies, right? And it's all about cult classics too. My favorite movie is Tokyo Drift.
Ooh,
it's crazy.
And like,
dude,
people,
definitely the best in the franchise.
people hear it and they're just like, "What is wrong with you?"
No, I think it is a great movie. I'm not even
love
lying, dude. It's so good.
It is a great movie. I would not say it's the best in the franchise.
Oh,
okay, like,
this is where we get into
the first one
goes crazy.
They're neck and neck, but it's just the one part that separates both movies is that Han has a quote above the soccer field, and he's like, "Why do you race, bro?" And he's like. And he goes, and he starts.
You got to show this clip now.
We actually talk about this clip all the time. It's literally, if any of my friends are down and out, I literally send them this quote.
It's quotable, man.
He's literally telling them, he's like, "This is my Mexico. You know, I ran away here because this is where I wanted to be. This is where I felt like I was gonna be free, right? And it's not about money.
Down there?
They just live life.
Yo, do it real quick. I want to see your acting skills. Yo, this is interviewing.
You see those people down there?
Do you want the script?
They're scared.
Yeah, no, I did. I genuinely think it's the best because it's the only one that hasn't been replicated. If you think about it, like they kind of, it's the only one that's really not like super I mean, I guess it is kind of like family and like all that, but it's the only one of like drifting too.
Yeah,
well, the other ones don't do that.
Right.
No, actual racing.
We got into
the
that.
first one's not replicated either.
Yes, it is.
And that,
I guess with the stealing aspect, but like not
it is a really good. It's the OG.
It goes from like about drag racing to them just like stealing bigger and bigger bullshit.
Yeah. The first one is very quotable though.
Oh,
you know, that's what it is.
The second one's the most quotable.
The second one.
The second one.
Pockets ain't empty, cuz.
Yeah, exactly.
Forget about it, cuz.
Forget about it, cuz.
Who's what's his like? Who's the other guy? Yeah, who's the other guy in the video? Oh no! So it's the third one, right? The Tokyo Drift.
Yeah. Technically,
technically the third one. But what's his car when he's like all hyped to show him his car? It's like a green.
It's a green. It's a Volkswagen
the funniest car. It has like
the
a,
Hulk-
it has like a,
with the
yeah,
Hulk on it?
front is a fun.
The
I die
foot on
laughing
the
at
back.
that. Yeah, because he's like all hyped. He's like, you gotta check out my ride.
it
And
Bow
it's
Wow?
like-
Yeah,
yeah, Bow Wow. That's
Slam
it.
it, huh?
Yeah, and he's always just selling things like out of his backpack and stuff. It's
That's
so-
me, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is literally you twink. Yeah, you twink. But yeah, no, like it. I love movies like that because it's all about being nostalgic, right? It's like whether it's a great film or not. Like I watched so many bad films, and people are like, "Why are you watching this?" I'm like, "It's for me to learn, honestly, because there's a lot of bad films out there that don't get recognition and they deserve the spotlight somewhere, you know."
Yeah.
And dude, and like when people like, I literally tell people my favorite movies are like, "Okay, dude, your list does not count," you know. And
I want to hear your second. Do you have a second, like a second or third? You can tell us.
oh man,
I got you on the spot, didn't I?
no, it's Kung Pao.
You better stop.
Like
I don't know
Panda.
if I've even heard of Kung
No,
You said Panda?
No, it was
Like
Kung
it
Fu
was
Panda?
it was
Kung
one
Fu
of the
Panda, that's what I was thinking.
No, it was a parody movie back from like 2002.
I'm gonna add this to
Bro,
the list. We're gonna watch
they
it.
literally couldn't get the rights to do the movie, so they took a bunch of parts from movies and like try to put it together, and like they did voiceover acting and
goodness.
stuff.
Oh my god.
Go watch it.
We watch a lot of bad
it's,
like
it's
B
a bad movie,
movies,
but it's
yeah.
so good. Like he brings a gopher from the floor and he does nunchucks and he's fighting like 10 different men at the same time, and then a cow comes flying in and he starts fighting the cow and stuff. It's like it's a really bad movie, but if you just like films, it's a really funny like good parody from back in the day. And that was like
we'll
that
watch
time.
anything.
Yeah.
If we have like the time to watch, we'll just to us because we're the same way. We'll learn. You learn something from it, even if it is bad. Like you're like, all right, maybe I'm not gonna do that ever. You know?
Exactly.
So, but you get more knowledge.
Yeah.
of
like
anything.
almost learn more from the bad.
Exactly, yeah.
It's just like,
Yeah.
ooh, this is really bad. I should never do it that way.
And that's why we like horror so much is because it has to be the best ones are all practical.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. Like the best ones on our list, technically, most of it was practical, and that's what we want to always do. You know, so that's kind of why we always choose. I don't know. We also are kind of messed up in the head. I don't know why.
Hey, it's okay,
Either
man.
of us, we can just watch horror by ourselves. It's weird.
I literally watch horror movies by myself all the time, and
That's
like
crazy.
I literally would sit there and we did Bloody Mary one time, and this shit.
Stop, man.
This one freaked me out, and I kind of had to slow down on the horror stuff because it was at this house. My cousin was in the bathroom, and I go in there and I threw some water on the mirror, closed the door, and I said the first part, and I was like, it's not gonna work, right? He says it, then I said it, and that night. I shit you not. I go into sleep paralysis and I'm trying to wake up. I'm trying to like squeeze my toes. And then I hear in my left ear, it goes, Bloody Mary. And I started freaking out, dude.
I'm leaving.
bro.
I'm packing my bags. I'm moving.
You
dude.
guys see me here. No one sees my full body on the camera, but I'm a big guy. I'm a big guy. Like at that point, I was like 370 pounds. I lost a lot of weight since then, but I got pulled off the bed.
Bro.
I've never been pulled off the bed in my life. I was literally hanging off the bed.
You got to be on one of those shows like I Saw a Ghost, like those people.
It was
like,
in this house, bro.
Yeah.
God.
Dude, wait.
I woke up the next day and I
don't
saved
is
the
this
house.
true? Hold on, I'm asking. Is this true?
Dude,
It was her.
No one.
but my cousin has a nightmare that night that his mom dies. So we both have something going on that night. We did it. And I was like, okay, fuck this. I went to the smoke shop, got some sage, don't
His
even know it was
face.
real, and I was like saging the whole house.
Dude,
Bro,
yeah.
Bloody Mary, like that shit terrified me as a kid. And then like Supernatural, that like the show, they like they're on the first season, or like I don't know, I stopped watching it.
There's
but
so many. There's
it
like 22
actually,
seasons.
like focused on like supernatural shit, like Bigfoot and like stuff like that. And there was a Bloody Mary episode. That episode fucking terrified me. Bro.
Yo, I want to
Like
try it
it
now. I'm
like,
trying.
like rips their eyes.
See,
out
I'm the
or
I'm the
something.
mess up.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
there you
try
go.
it now. Dude, we did that to Cole and Ilias when they came. We tried to convince them that our house was
Yeah, it was
haunted. It was
Stop.
so funny, dude.
They believed us
'Cause
bro.
they're really gullible,
So
like-
gullible.
Yeah, we like got them for a while. They were like scared, and they thought they were like hearing voices at night and stuff, and like they were freaking out. I was-
There's an Amazon Echo in their room. It's like, all right, play Ghost
Dude,
Sound.
we should. Dude, we could have taken it so much farther. They like because they were like it was so funny. We would like come out and they'd be like spooning like on the. Shut the fuck up. Oh, he's gonna kill me for saying this, but you know they're like all when they're sleeping, they're all
Our
cute.
house
They're, like
is really cold too.
yeah, so they were like spooning and. I'm sorry, Cole. No, we'll have them bleep that one.
Oh my god.
Got it.
They're a bunch of cuties, dude.
yeah.
They make fire music, but they're just
They're still kids, so you
They're
know.
still kids.
That's
yeah.
fucking
Exactly.
funny, bro.
Yeah. No.
But yeah, dude, we got them for a while. They thought it was like haunted. It was so funny.
See, that's the thing about me too, is that if I seen a scary movie and I was like, all right, I'm gonna go fuck with my friends now, and we all watched the movie together, I would literally fuck with them for like a week.
He would fucking do it. I know.
Yeah.
A week?
Dude, I don't stop.
commitment,
I don't
dude.
stop. Like I think the second Annabelle was it? Oh no, it was the first one. It's the one where they leave
I
the
want
notes.
to watch a horror movie with you.
Yeah,
and see
let's watch a horror movie together. And it was
You
the
can
first.
join our movie club.
Yeah.
Yay! I would love to.
Y'all got
Yeah,
a movie
bro.
club?
Okay, so it's like just kind of for it's like a side thing when we have time, but we want to
Yeah.
like we pick out a horror movie, someone gets to pick it out, and then we watch it.
That's
So
awesome.
if you guys
Dude,
want to join,
I'll bring all the
let's-
Asian ones, dude.
Okay.
I got some good
Those
Asian
are like
ones.
some of the best ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Going
Like what?
crazy.
Like what?
So there's this one. It's called Gangnam Asylum, and it's
haven't heard of
about a real place in Korea. But it's like these guys go in there, they're fucking around, they're filming stuff.
Is it filmed like
Yeah,
first
like
person?
the-
I think I've seen this.
and then it's like they're fucking with the other people that are on there, and
I've
they're
100% seen
yeah.
this. Yeah.
And then it wasn't scary until like the second half of the movie, and that's when everything started building up. Like boom, one thing after another.
Slow burn.
Yes,
Yeah.
But yeah,
Going
that
crazy.
one I showed all my friends. We did actually watch it in my batch, and this is the crazy thing is that we were in my batch and we watched only one thing. It was either like Fast and the Furious or there was this thing called Nuke's Top 5 on YouTube, and he does like live top 5 videos for people sending like horror stuff, real ghost stuff, and we have that on all day. And it's like, and I was like, all right, it's the last day. Let's watch a ghost movie. And then like, people were doing stuff in the
Dude,
batch and
yeah.
taking it and they put it on and I hear it the whole time. My friend's like, oh fuck, oh shit. He's literally yelling throughout the whole house. And I'm like, bro, it's not that scary, is it?
They get you with those kind of movies because you like kind of start getting like a little bored. You're like, this is fine. And then it's like 0 to 100.
Yeah.
Grave Encounters is like kind of like the
Yep.
American
Yep,
version
yep.
of that. Yeah. That's okay. We're going to watch that one.
Yeah.
We're gonna dive in.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I like I was
That
going-
might be the one that we recommend for the next. If
Hey,
you want to join us?
I'm ready for it.
Yeah, my sister and her husband are big like lovers of film too. So we always have them over too.
Yeah,
They make their
it's
own
fun.
like homemade popcorn.
Yeah.
Going crazy.
Hey.
Actually, she told me I got to shout her out real quick. I forgot about this. So she is becoming a nutritionist, and she's just opening up her own practice here soon.
Oh wow.
So if you need like good tips on nutrition and stuff, she's like brilliant. And
Do you know
so
what it's
smart.
called?
She doesn't have a name yet and everything. She's just like coming. It's like, but she's the person to go to. Her name's Rachel Palmer. Go to her. I told her I
Hey,
would do it.
Shout out Rachel.
Shout out to
one
Rachel.
time.
Let's
Going
go ahead and
crazy.
get
Yeah,
that
we were
going.
hanging out. And she was like, "Would you shout me out?" I was like, "Of course, I got you."
I'll get that clip and
awesome.
everything for her so we can get that going because
Yeah.
literally
Yeah.
like it's and doing this as well has
Yeah.
made me go back to try to retain health.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing when we're in this industry is that we have to stay healthy and be able
Yeah.
to move around and
All
get
day.
things going, right?
Yeah, and she got her master's in it, and she is so smart, like
Yeah.
brilliant. And she really is all about that, like preventative of diseases, of things, everything that
That's
you can do,
awesome.
and just
Going
eating
crazy.
healthy.
Right.
And she's found certain ways that you can do that. You don't have to take all these crazy things. If you just change your diet into certain things,
Right.
you're totally fine. Like
Yeah.
it's just a good balanced meal. Yeah, she's the one to go to for that.
Crazy,
Anyways.
man.
Yeah.
I
let's go
had
ahead and
to.
get
I
that
had
going.
to. Sorry, I had to shout.
No,
out.
you're
I-
good.
I had like a list of Banks was on there. My sister Ferrari. You got to shout out.
Don't worry, we got
got
you
it,
guys.
man.
We'll
You
get the
got it.
shout outs in there and make sure all this gets clipped for them because really it's once again goes to the people that are around you that you really wanted to highlight and promote
Always.
because
Always.
dude, just like you were bringing up your sister, like that was totally like, oh, she's a nutritionist because that's the one uphill battle when you're losing weight is being healthy because of that. Like
Right.
anyone can work out, but you're not going to get to the point you want unless you change your full
Oh
diet.
yeah,
right.
100%. Yeah.
It's so true.
Yeah.
Man, it's been a fun episode. You guys. Shit.
We got.
I got invited to a movie club. We about to-
Yeah, man. You guys ever watch Frozen? I'm there. Okay, like let me know. The
This
whole
is
fam's
our
coming.
neighborhood father here, so he's frozen in his favorite mood right now.
I'll bring the popcorn too.
Dude,
man.
I'll watch Frozen with you. Why not, dude? Sometimes I just need something on. Just like my brain is fried. I'll watch Frozen, dude. That sounds like the perfect movie to throw on.
Hey, that's my Tokyo Drift. I literally have it on my. I literally purchased it on my YouTube, so no matter where I'm at,
Yeah.
I can literally put it on my phone and just watch Tokyo
We're
Drift.
gonna be watching, and you're gonna be saying like every word.
Yeah.
You know, like you like look over and they're mouthing, like staring intently into the screen.
That's definitely Tay, man.
Don't catch me. Don't look at me when you're watching the movie because I will be doing that. I was literally doing that on the
Staring
plane.
right into your soul and shit.
I literally look at her and when we're watching a movie and she's like, "What are you doing?" And I'm just like, just moving my lips with
See,
it.
I knew it. He was.
Well, there's a part in the first Fast and the Furious. We watch this all the time. And it's like the part where they talk about the tuna sandwich. He goes, and he's like, "Bullshit! No one likes a tuna here." And then we go into the fight, and then like the song breaks. I was like, "Watch your back, watch it." And I'm like going along with the whole thing, and it's so crazy. Like I'll literally watch a movie. I watch Harry Potter every like maybe once a month, like the whole series, and then like
Going crazy.
same thing
like
with
Harry
like the
Potter.
Hobbit and like stuff like that I can go back to, and like Lord of the Rings. You know?
Oh yeah.
So I go back and watch those, and I can like quote a lot of the ones.
You know what for me is Michael Bay movies. Yeah, those are the ones I could just go back if I just want to throw something on, like Armageddon or something like that.
Like
the OG
Transformers?
ones. No,
No.
but like his like older like 90s like
Pearl Harbor.
Yeah, Pearl Harbor, things like that. I don't know. He's got some the newer ones are a little. I don't know. I don't know if I could sit through a full one of those, but.
Yeah.
Man.
But no, we're getting towards the end of it. This is usually where the time we open up the floor to questions for you guys. If no questions are there, you guys, we have a segment called the Chef Special. It's just free game to our viewers. Just anything you've taken.
Free game, anything that you want to share with our viewers.
Okay.
Anything.
So first we ask you questions.
Yeah.
If we have them.
Yes.
Do you have a question?
No, I should have been thinking of questions.
Dude, you guys got us. Yeah, we're
It's all
locked in.
good.
You guys
You're
are
good.
laughing, dude. If I start laughing,
We
I don't
kind of
think
just
I'm
go
gonna
through everything. So like,
Yeah.
we don't usually no
Okay.
one ever asks us questions. At
Right.
the
I
time.
No one ever
have
asks
I have a question. Okay, what are like how can we help you guys? That's we've been talking about this whole time. How can we what's something that like show people that we mean like business of like what we want to do? What can we collaborate and what can we help you guys on? Like we know we already talked about like the show coming up. Maybe we could collaborate on a shirt or something.
Right.
But what do you guys like wish like that you
Dude,
could have more help on? and
This
things?
is the biggest thing for us is that maybe not for us more, but for doing more for the community and getting stuff out there because our names will follow. You know, it goes back to once again is we don't want people to know about us. We want them to know about the brand.
Right. Yeah.
Right. And that's the only way to do it is having someone from your guys' side, like you guys share and like that we try our best to share as much as we can,
Right.
and that's the only thing to build upon, right? And then I think once we get to really like familiarize each other, we can kind of put things together. It's like, cool, hey, I know someone that can put on a show. Let's get some t-shirts made. Let's go get that done. Or I know someone that does film and that can come do a short film for us or come do something like that and help us do promotions on social media because that is the biggest thing right now.
Yeah.
I think sorry. I think what you were doing at the show with like bringing Xander Hill to us is good things for we're always looking for good people to interview.
Make this a stop, like that. That's what we want for everyone is if anyone wants to help us really like, hey, yo, if you got homies from out of the state that want to be on the podcast, because we're not just highlighting Utah, we're highlighting people that want to bring things to Utah.
Yeah,
Right.
I see.
And I want to build this state up as much as we can while we're still here.
Right.
Before, like you said earlier, is before everyone comes from LA and makes this LA.
Yeah.
Let's make this Utah before LA people come here.
Yeah, exactly.
And make it more Utah.
Exactly.
Yeah, because they will, they're gonna warp it in a way where we're not gonna like it, and people are gonna be like, "Why didn't we do this sooner?"
And then we're moving out, and the people from Utah are like, "All right, we got to find somewhere else."
Yeah. And that kind of goes back to the thing of like consistency, bringing up like the old people that we had like in 2018 and all that stuff, and I think people stop like caring and stop supporting people like us, people like you, these artists, because they're like, oh, they're not gonna make it. Like they're not gonna stick through this. Like this is just a hobby. No, like we want to do like this is what we do 24/7.
Right.
And if we keep the momentum and keep going, they're like no matter what, they're gonna have to keep seeing our faces.
Yeah.
Like
it's true, man.
You might get sick of our faces, but I just think like because people just stop doing it, and then people stop caring. Like, they think like, oh, okay, then there's no way. Like, why would I care if they're just gonna stop doing it? So
exactly.
Just keep doing what you guys are doing, man. I know at the rate that you guys are going with the same quality that you guys keep putting out, like you guys are gonna get some big names later on. Like it'll happen.
Yeah,
Bring their ass here.
Yeah. Oh
Bring
no,
their
for
ass
sure.
over here too.
And that's like kind of what we want is we want to be make our videos so that they want to come here.
Right.
Like they're like, okay, we want to work with them. Okay, you got to come here.
Right.
Because
Right.
there's so much. People don't even realize too like the resources for just camera gear rentals, like everything. There are so many places where you can rent. Say you just need like furniture, props, so much stuff that no one knows about. Like these small little, these businesses, and they also need business. Like those are the small backbone of everything. And I wish I could remember all their names. I would shout them out right now. But like, yeah, that's like, I don't know.
I mean, like LA's got, a lot of places like that, but like the insurance you need to cover like camera gear, especially like renting it in LA is just ridiculous.
Oh, I'm sure, man.
Like we rented, I think it was like an ND filter or something. So it was like,
something that's typically like $10. I'm gonna be real with you.
To rent it, $10 to
$20.
rent it, like $100, maybe $200 to replace it. Need $10,000 insurance.
Holy shit!
What?
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Respect to y'all for being able to make those moves for people, because like there is a lot behind the scenes that no one even really knows for real that you guys are putting out there. Because, dude, you have to get insurance for stuff. You have to get NDA signed. You have to get all this stuff that you guys are dealing with just as a duo, for the most part.
Yeah, and that's what we're continuously, what Ian said is like we have to do these certain roles, different roles that you wouldn't typically do, and we have to learn the role super fast. We just have to like figure it out and be like, okay, this is like, and you kind of failure leads to success. Like we failed so many times, and we will continue to fail, and I'm okay with that. We are going to just continue to fail and learn, but at the end of the day, it's just like we love it so much.
No, of course.
And so that's why we're like obsessed. And we kind of always, I've been saying to a lot of artists too, is we just let the work speak for itself. Like if you're going to judge us on anything, just watch our work. Like just look at it, and you'll know then, okay, I want to work with these guys, or I want to be a part of this.
Of course, man.
Man, no.
This is a long journey for all of us, and I'm very, very happy that we crossed paths, and we'll definitely see you guys up there.
Yeah.
Man.
You guys are coming to everything now.
Yeah, no, literally.
Definitely see you guys.
I literally told the wife, I was like, hey, like if I start getting invited to events, you don't have to go, but I'll go promote us and get us guests and do whatever we can, because literally, like most of these guys that are hosting the show and working for More About Nothing and doing all this stuff, like all of them have 9 to 5. So, like he owns his own business. We have a guy that another guys that work, and then she works 9 to 5. I'm the only one that doesn't work, so I try to put everything I can into what time we have.
Shout out Stay one time, man.
And it's literally like I get to learn from people like you guys that are putting stuff out. I literally watched all you guys' content today. Because I've already been watching it. Like, play music videos. And like, my friends are over here. We're hosting like parties and stuff. They're like, who are these guys? I'm like, dude, these guys, they're from Utah. Artists that are here from Utah. And then these guys direct their films.
Most people think we're from LA. Like, I get that so much.
Oh, I bet.
Like, everyone's just
100.
like, they're like, oh, are you like out in LA? I'm like, no, we're in Utah. We're the 801.
Right.
Yeah. And we can make that all work here. Yeah. And that's, I'm trying to do my part for the business to make sure I put 110% into what I'm doing. So, invite us to events, and if one of us only shows up, it's gonna be me, And if you guys need stuff like clothing or anything like for events, we will do it,
Let us know.
And let us get in those jumpsuits too, because those jumpsuits are
for sure.
If we ever do a podcast again, we gotta all be wearing one. I'm telling you.
So
we need so we like to do the podcast, and there's so much we haven't talked about.
Right.
And I would love to go and like get behind the scenes and do another podcast from your guys' standpoint, and let's get that worked out.
Yeah, you got to see some behind the scenes. It's interesting. We'll try to make it a more like chill.
Yeah, chill shoot.
Yeah. No, I want the craziest thing that you guys are doing. Because I don't have to do anything. I just have to be there.
Okay. Yeah.
Even just being there sucks sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes you're not in the best of
freezing or
because we just were in
140 degrees.
We were just in we always go to like the hottest like experiences or the cold. There's never like chill like in between. I've never.
Not true. It's not never. But
okay. Yeah, but like a majority of I don't know why it just always happens. We've been all the way in like what do they call it? The greenhouse or where like what's that called?
Greenhouse.
The greenhouse, and those get hot.
Yeah.
It was like 100 degrees.
We were filming with
outside.
butterflies and this artist, and it was I was about to pass out. But then we've been all the way to the coldest, where you think you're gonna lose your fingers, and you're like, why am I doing this? But then it works out. But
We're gonna introduce them to Uniqlo heat tech. That's what you guys need, some heat tech, and then
we have. Dude, recently we've been gifted. That was like a lot of people been gifting us gloves. Like we never have like gloves, and our fingers are always so.
Right.
We've got a good selection of gloves now. So
we're
like, we're trying. We try to take care of ourselves while doing that stuff. Yeah.
It's like it's like 140 degrees. I'm like, okay, maybe you guys were right. I'm gonna come with a neck fan and like my own AC unit.
We'll give you the load and we'll be like, hey, this shoe you're gonna want like this. Yeah.
Man, whatever you guys got going on next, please let us know. We in there, man.
Of course.
We going.
Yeah.
We'll be there.
I wish we should have on the last Cole shoot. It was a fun one. I can't say what we fully did because I want to keep it a secret, but that one is.
Oh, I bet.
Hey, we'll stay tuned though.
It is epic. It is. Yeah. It is probably the hardest we've ever like put into a video. I would say.
Yeah.
The most like work.
Like most
pre-production planning, everything.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keep
I still
elevating
almost
you guys.
died though. So
Yes.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Keep almost.
This
dying,
one, like for
okay?
sure, almost dying. Yeah. Well, after we cut, we'll show you a photo of him, a legit photo. You can see him almost dying.
Oh no!
Just don't show his mom.
No, don't worry. Don't worry.
She's
Sorry,
already
mom.
seen it actually.
Oh, she's seen it. Okay.
I told her about it.
Yeah.
Okay. Once again, it goes back to them trusting you, and that's the beautiful
Right.
thing that you guys have been able to work with artists like that. You know.
Yeah.
But yeah,
crazy, man.
we'll go ahead and get some closed out. We'll go ahead and get you guys on your guys' chef special. Once again, it's free game or any advice that you have to the viewers or anyone listening right now.
Go ahead with it.
You got some advice?
Oh, advice.
Or just like what's coming next? We have
You guys can do that too.
You can do that too.
Yeah. How about I do advice? You do what's next.
Okay.
You go first, though.
Oh.
Yeah. Rock, paper, scissors. We started doing rock, paper, scissors for a lot of things. Of like, who takes gear back? Things like that.
Well, so this month we have, what did you decide on the actual date?
Oh, yeah.
20
So there's an artist named the 27th on my birthday. So it's going to be of this month. An artist named Buppy, who's from Park City, Utah. Amazing artist. Like, he is just on another level.
He was the laundromat one.
Yeah,
laundromat guy.
Okay.
And he just evolved so much in his music, and he's another one of those just like really started from the bottom and has just worked his ass off.
Wow.
But we have a song. It's called "Man of the Stars." It's already out right now, but we've been sitting on this video with him for quite a bit, and it's pretty epic. I think it's really cool. We've tried a couple new things for it. Very cinematic, I would say, for this one.
Okay.
So that comes out the 27th.
Yeah.
What else? What else are we doing?
Well, we got the Kid Cole video coming out.
crazy.
He's a little backed up on editing at the moment.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Which going back to the breakdown, he does all of the editing.
Yeah.
So he directs and edits, and I just film. So I get the easy
Yeah.
job.
Right.
So like if it's like one of those 3D things you were asking, we have a guy now we started working with. He's in Turkey.
Yeah.
Fire.
Wow.
He's so
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His Instagram is Saint Oasis. You can look him up. But he's just like specifically does Blender and Unreal Engine and things like that, where it
Wow.
looks like it's a computer game or like a Modern
Video
Warfare
game,
3,
yeah.
type of thing.
Right.
Because that's above my.
Yeah.
That's
sure.
so. But anything else you see edited, yeah, I do all the post production and
That's
stuff.
dope.
So yeah, all the directing and stuff, and then the post production.
Going crazy, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, we got the Kid Cole video coming out whenever it comes out. And then
Yeah, we have something with Ferrari too,
yeah, we
but
do
that's
have
a
something
secret.
Ferrari cooking up.
That's a secret.
That one's
That
gonna be
one's
fucking
practically
crazy.
is. I hope we don't die on that one. I'm gonna be
Yeah.
honest with
Oh,
you.
man.
That's another one. But
We have a
if this is the last thing, that you could like put that right before.
for real.
I hope we don't die.
If we die, and then
Dude, I would die for doing this stuff. That'd be awesome. Are you kidding me? That would be a cool way to go. I
Yeah.
think.
No, yeah, I agree. Get your memory on a video.
I know we're saying that. People are probably
in
like, you guys are
memory of-
crazy. You guys are probably looking at us like, God, you need to stop. Okay, yeah. Anything else? We got the show, I think, in March.
Yeah, the show. We got a show coming
I'll
up.
let
then.
Ferrari, though. He does like, he'll kind of talk more about that and like announce stuff.
Yeah, we'll post all this
We kind of
stuff
just
too.
do the behind the scenes with that stuff. I'm just
Yeah.
helping him get the artist together and things
Okay.
like that.
Line up and
Yeah, the lineup.
we'll start
The lineup
promoting
is
it
going to be
later.
unreal. Yeah. I'm so excited for the lineup.
Got a Young Slip Up video coming.
Oh yeah, you guys know Young Slip Up?
No.
He's
Another
venturing
fire.
into another realm of music too, and
Was
I
that
love
the
it.
dude with Kid Cole?
No,
No.
that's Ilias.
Yeah.
He's a
okay,
local
okay.
guy.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, local guy. I don't know where he's from in Utah or like where he
Yeah, I don't know
like
either.
reps or whatever. But yeah, he has a whole new album and he's been releasing singles. So you should start. I think the first two were released.
Third one's coming out soon. I
Third
think,
one's coming out soon, and that one was so fun because we did a lot of where we had to rent out things and almost, I guess, could have died. I don't know. I don't know.
Does your
on that
insurance
one.
plan
That
cover
one.
all this?
Yeah, I
For
don't-
the
I
gear.
think that one was.
We usually the gear is the most important. You know, our bodies are put on the line. If the gear, like, all that is insured. But
That's covered.
but yeah, that one, no, not necessarily. We just put him through. Like, we like to challenge like the artist and put them through. Like, has their best performance comes out when they are challenged in something they've never. Because if you're just doing run and gun, you've always done it before.
Right.
You're never gonna get that. But we did something that you'll see that made him have the performance for this specific part of the song. Then you'll see like the emotion comes out. You'll see it. Yeah,
That's dope.
yeah.
Method
we
acting.
we
huh?
like to put ours through a lot.
Because
not
that's kind of
even
how
like
it.
a lot, but it's just
yeah.
like what they're not unexpected. Like
Right.
they're not expecting a 12-hour day.
We treat it like it is a movie. They are an
Yeah.
actor and they are about to, it's an experience. You're about to embark on something pretty, yeah.
And
That's
it's
dope,
not
man.
always easy.
It's not easy.
Oh, of
no.
course.
But yeah, but
But
then
it's
it's
fun.
always the best results we found. Is always the best results. We've
Right.
gotten the best videos doing it that way.
Yeah.
I can't see it doing any other way. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah,
I think
you guys are busy.
That's
Yeah.
you know,
I love it,
So
though.
we got so we
Something
got
always
and
going
then
on.
some upcoming stuff. But yeah, we try to keep our availability. So if people are trying to tap in and work, I always try to post on our story that we have availability and we'll take we do cover, like I said, social media marketing. We could do cover arts, we could do photo shoots, we could do everything because some people don't want to do a full music video. They just want to do something smaller. Totally fine. We can do that.
Right.
So we offer all of that. Yeah, we'll give you a hug too if you need a hug and a good cry. I don't know. That's a service.
That's
Just a
you get
shoulder to
all,
cry on.
all the
Dude,
services in
You
one.
know, you need to send me a voice memo and cry. Just
You want to watch a horror movie? You guys,
Yeah.
dude?
the
We're gonna
dudes
get this,
for that,
dude.
yeah.
I hope this film club like grows. That'd be so awesome.
Hey, I got some guys that are into film, so like
we'll
can
start
get all of us
renting out
together.
like theaters and
yeah.
stuff.
We'll host
That would
events
be
where
hard.
people we can get there. Yeah.
Dude,
We already have
yeah.
a name.
Oh, we do.
can't say it,
We
though.
can't
Okay,
say it.
yeah, we'll keep that
we
on
do.
hold.
We do have a name.
We do have a name.
Yeah.
And shout out to Cole for that one because he said it like briefly and I was like, I'm stealing that. Like that's yeah. Yeah.
But once again, thank you guys for joining us here on the podcast. Oh, actually,
We need a chef special.
chef special.
Advice.
Okay. Advice. What's probably the best advice? I would say, do you want me to like look into the camera and like
Yeah. Go ahead.
like deeply? The best advice I would say is slow down. Be more patient. Everyone's in such a rush to get things like one of the biggest mistakes I made in my life is that I was in such a rush to grow up that I made a lot of mistakes. And I think that if I just chilled out and slowed down and really thought about what I wanted to do, everyone's in such a rush to, if it's related to music, just like sit on it for a second. You don't have to
Right.
release it right away. If you are going to release it, just wait a second until you release the next one. Everyone's like on to the next thing. You got to really feel what you're doing and experience things because you're going to make a lot of mistakes if you don't. So I don't know. For me,
That's a good one, man.
Yeah.
Everyone needs to slow down. every
just
once
slow
in a
down.
while.
Yeah. Be a little more patient. Be,
Yeah.
learning. Like you got to learn a lot of stuff. And if you go too fast, which I did in life, you go too fast, you make a lot of mistakes, so
It's good to slow down and
Mhm.
take a step back.
yeah.
Look at things from a
Yeah,
big
you get a
picture
better
always.
perspective and
Always.
and you're not missing, like a lot of people get FOMO of like things and missing out on things.
Right.
Nah, just, you're fine.
Just keep
Yeah,
going.
just keep going.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's literally my advice would probably be just keep doing it.
Right.
Like every time someone asks, I have people come up and they're like, "Yeah, I really want to get into filming music videos. Like, how do I do it?" And it's just like, you just
Yeah.
answered your question.
Right.
Just
Just
go
do
do
it.
it. Like,
Yeah.
Start somewhere.
yeah, it's the best way to do it, best way to learn. Like, you don't need film school. You got Google, YouTube,
Right.
and just, hands on the camera and go out and do it. And that's literally like film is such a learning experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like sometimes we like to compare it to like adult Legos sometimes too. Where
Oh,
it's
yeah,
just like when
dude.
you're trying to piece like pieces of shit together to like, try to rig up one shot.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And yeah, so it's just it's such a learning experience, and it's such a like, just gotta kind of just do it.
It's
So
true.
yeah, I just
Yeah.
keep,
one
keep
one
at
day,
it,
yeah,
whatever
it's like
you're
the
doing.
one day or day one thing. That's why our playlist is literally like labeled that is
Yeah.
because of that exact thing. Like, are you gonna do it today, or are you gonna keep thinking about it?
Yeah,
you
That's
know?
one
do
thing
it
we didn't
one
even
day.
talk about, man. The fucking music playlist.
We do, yeah.
man.
We got a
Shout outs
playlist.
to
We
you
got
guys
several
for that,
things.
too.
Yeah, there's several. There's blog features. Obviously, the artist spotlights. That's a newer kind of thing that we've been doing, but it's just another thing to grow the community. Grow the community. Give people the spotlight. It's literally what it's called. And I just we have more. That's something I can tell is that there's more playlists coming. It's not just going to be right now. It's just like a full. Of people submitting and we kind of go through different music and having them added on, but there's going to be more individual playlists, things like that. There's going to be more opportunity for artist spotlights. There's going to be more blog features. I don't it's always evolving. It's going to change.
Yeah.
It just depends on how much we can handle at one
get
time,
done, yeah.
Well, shit, man. I hope we can give you guys a spotlight this time.
Thank
on
you.
This
I
fucking
appreciate
episode,
Dude, it was
man.
nice. It was
Yeah,
fun.
it was fun.
Yeah.
Well, once again, thank you guys for
Thank
joining
you
us
guys
here on the
so
podcast
much, man.
because, once again, you guys are just killing it. And
Yeah,
we would
keep
like
going.
people to see
Keep going.
behind the scenes what you guys are really putting out there and the work
Yeah,
that you guys have been
right.
providing for everyone else. So, dude, that was a great episode. We're going to get to the films. We need to have a part 2 for sure. We say this a lot of because we feel like this has been an hour 44 and it didn't feel like that. And it's like it really feels like we can go on a little more
man.
too.
We can keep going, but our cameras might be dying at the moment, man. So,
She's like ready to.
That's how Ian is. I'm like, can we keep going? And he's like, just a little more. And he's like,
It's like I don't know, man. We might lose some stuff on the way.
that's
Dude,
crazy.
you want to watch the best memes ever, or like camera related to like camera crew or like thing? Those are the funniest memes because if you know what they're talking about,
it's
you're like,
so
oh my-
funny.
Yeah, we just send them back and forth to each other. It's like things like certain situations of where they've like it's been terrible moments for us, but they make a joke out of it, and we get to like think about that moment and be like, wow, like that was awful. Yeah.
Man, that was a great episode.
Thank you
folks.
guys so much.
Thank you for
Yeah.
R.I.P. Daydream for joining us here, Anthony and Ian. Hit them up, watch their stuff because they have a lot of content
They
out there
go
that's being
crazy.
promoted.
They go absolutely
And
crazy.
no, they're putting on for the city and a lot of people outside of the city. So make sure you guys tune in because they have a lot built up for the years to
all
come.
day, all day.
Thank you guys once again.
Yeah. R.I.P.
Thank you.
Daydream.
Thanks for
having
having
us.
Off the menu episode 55 going crazy for y'all. Thank you so much.
Peace out, y'all.